evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of this here Ghosts of the Saltmarsh. And when we're in a swamp, no, it is a marsh. We're in the marsh now. Man, that shit is confusing. We're here in the marsh, but also we call it a swamp because I'm not the brightest, but that's okay. Anywho, I'm Ian, the Dungeon Master here for this game, and these gentlemen around me are your word of choice when it comes to adventuring parties. However you choose to describe them, what descriptor you apply to them, entirely up to you. Choose an adjective. That's these guys. That's them. That's all these. That's all these guys right here. But welcome. Unspecified wetlands. It is wet. There is mud. It sucks. There are bugs. That's all you need to know. That's the important part. But, anywho, real quick here before we hop into tonight. Well, first, before we hop into the recap, and then hop into the game, before both of those things, brief announcement of the fact that we are still doing our charity run for Extra Life, which is a charity that benefits children's hospitals across continental North America, meaning the United States and Canada. And, they help sick kids, getting them the stuff they need so they can get better. So it's a very worthy cause. Specifically, we will be benefiting the Children's Hospital of Atlanta. So check out the link below in the description on YouTube, and below, kind of in the description area, I guess, of also Twitch. Links are in those areas. Click on those, go there, donate some money, because it's a good thing to do, because helping kids is dope. But you could also win some cool stuff, like a digital copy of Tasha's Culture and Everything, a gaming mouse, or gaming keyboard at specified monetary points of $1,500, $2,500, and $3,500 respectively, because it took me a second to remember those things. So go take a look at those. It's a worthy cause. Unless anybody has anything else, we shall hop into the recap. Last week on the Gosm, our heroes continued their journey through the marshes. The marshes. I thought I fucked it up, but I got it right. They continued their journey through the marshes after having defeated a patrol of Sahuagin within those marshes. They buried them in shallow graves, I guess, would be the thing. That's muddy, shallow graves. Makes it pretty awful. After looting them around, seeing if they could find any information, unfortunately not being able to find anything, continuing their journey into that evening, taking a rest, not getting much intel due to some bird lossage to the local predatory wildlife of the nocturnal variety, before continuing on in their next day through a series of some unfortunate rolls. Our party had some struggles. They very nearly ran afoul of a young black dragon, of whom apparently they are within the territory of, within these marshes. They ran into a group of vine blights who smacked them up a little bit, though ultimately not causing too much harm. And I believe they also almost fell into some pits and stuff while being properly provided with adequate protection from chafing by their local healer, Bartholomew Fairfurrow. But ultimately arriving at their intended destination and laying eyes upon the Sahuagin fortress and seeing that it appeared to have been sunk, partially at least, as of this moment. A lot of it that had previously been described to them by the lizard folk as being above water, now being underwater, not including the causeway, but causing the causeway that led to the big front doors to have been broken off, and the doors themselves to now be just above water level. As it is the evening, they set themselves up a very, very stealthy Lehman's tiny hut with all kinds of mud and sticks and other things on it, so they can be extra stealthy. And then Bartholomew himself decided to message the dragon that they had met earlier that day in an attempt to turn him against the Sahuagin and hopefully make their lives a little easier. Successfully doing so with a combination of a birthday 20 and then a natural 20 in a row. They ended this last session, some of them asleep, Julian awake to witness the arrival of said dragon as he heard distantly, and then closing in closer, the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of very large, scaly wings before it let out a large cry as well as a stream of just noxious green acid into the sky. And that is where we are going to pick up our session. Julian, you have just seen this. You see that it is closing in. It is just getting bigger and bigger as the seconds pass, as it is coming in towards the Sahuagin fortress. What are you doing? And quite frankly, Bart, I would say, just off of passive perception, you probably would be woken up by this, because I think your passive perception is still like a 14, even when you're asleep.
18, I think.
Yeah, because it's 18 asleep, so technically disadvantage, so
right.
A little bit lower.
Okay.
You're still a 13. I would say that you would wake up just based off your passive alone.
Sound doesn't go outside of the dome, correct?
It does, I think.
Oh, it does?
Unless you want to double check for me, Bart. I think sound still travels outside of the dome.
I have no idea.
I think light does not, though. And y'all were a little ways away from them, if I recall. Y'all tried to find a good spot that wasn't quite super far away, but that wasn't close enough that you were less likely to be stumbled upon.
Yeah, like we could.
It says nothing about sound.
All right, so the we could like see the causeway, but it was distant.
Y'all got closer, and then like due to some poor perception checks, y'all almost stumbled into the open, but were able to prevent yourselves from doing so. But got a good sight, and before pulling yourselves back farther inland to make your camp and attempt to sick a dragon upon them.
Gotcha. All right, well then, quietly shaking Gloob and Jakob awake, since I guess I would see Bart stirring.
Rise and shine, boys. It's go time.
That wasn't too long of a nap. All right. What's going on so far? Or how long's it been going on?
Just a moment ago, our winged friend from yesterday seems to be paying them a visit. Didn't look like a friendly one.
At this point, just looking up, y'all can see it approaching rapidly.
Oh.
Spewing the fun green.
Yeah, it did that one big kind of announcement, and it is en route. You'll probably you imagine will arrive within the next minute or so. To real arrival anyway.
I guess let's make sure we're ready to do whatever we need to do based on what you think's best, Julian.
Well, we don't even know what is about to happen. I'm gonna be honest, this is a first for me.
Yeah, same. It's definitely gonna be a first for me. I can. Whew.
He's discomforted looking. What's up, Jakob?
I'm gonna start rubbing mud on both the breastplate as well as any exposed flesh that I have.
By all means.
We'll muddy up our traveling equipment.
All right. As y'all are doing that is about the time y'all can just the flapping of the wings of this are just getting closer. Whoosh, 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 and has gotten down, and y'all see it actually swoops kind of almost above y'all a little bit at an angle as it comes in, and you hear it just release another just big old roar, and you can hear the impact of its breath, of its acid breath as it swoops along, and y'all can't really see from this angle, but it's blowing it at something. But y'all then hear almost immediately after that, you can see it kind of come up a little bit over the horizon of where you are before coming back down, and you just hear the sounds of just what you can only assume is its claws on stone. And it's just continuing to just roar furiously. Sounding almost like a challenge.
Even want to get involved quite yet?
You're muted, Bart.
I'd say let's give it a couple of seconds to see how the Sahuagin react, or what they try to do, and what exactly he tries to do. Or I don't really know gender of dragons.
Shall we move to the edge of the wood cover at least so we can see?
Hell no. I thought you were going to send out one of your critters.
Can do that too.
And we'll go ahead and manifest the spirits to get 2 fish and a bird, I guess.
Were y'all were y'all staying close enough to be able to put fish in water?
I thought so.
That would put y'all not within any cover whatsoever. That would put you right on the beach.
Have the birds carry the fish.
Maybe try a frog or something like that instead of fish.
Just
I actually wrote out last time what I was going to use, and I'm trying to figure out where the fuck I wrote it.
y'all would have to get much. You would have to sneak up to be able to summon the fish into the water. There's like isolated mud puddles and stuff. There are no channels running through into the ocean from around where y'all are at.
I was thinking we were running around like ankle deep water or some shit. But anyway,
It's mud.
all right. Well, in that case, we'll do
God damn it.
2 birds and a frog.
Okay, so you do that. What's the casting time on that?
1 minute.
1 minute. So, while Julian is in the midst, he's doing his incantations and stuff, drawing his like little arcane sigils and things in the air, to summon up his flock of familiars. Y'all hear another roar before you hear it take off. You hear once more a stream of what you can only assume is this acid breath that it seems to possess, before you hear an enormous sploosh.
Do we see what that is?
Not from your current position within the dome. Because actually, within the dome, y'all can't see shit outside of it because it's covered in mud and sticks and branches and things.
Could I make a perception check to try and see if if it sounded like the dragon went into the ocean or into the pool that's sort of around the compound?
The compound is in the ocean.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like in a little inlet.
Nope.
Okay.
It is like you have the coast, you have that causeway, and it is out there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I mentally saw that as it was kind of like, okay, cool.
I was also kind of envisioning the lagoon, so I was right there with you.
It's out there. This is a big rock.
Okay.
Big rock.
All right. Well, that's
Can I just sneak out of the dome and
Sure.
not far? I don't want to go very far.
Just
at
trying to
all.
get
Maybe-
close enough to get some kind of visual.
Yeah, I just want to get visual on it, and
Sure.
I'll tell the rest of the party, like, I'm just gonna get eyes on it for right now. Julian, keep doing what you're doing. We got the thing. As he plugs his back in.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me as you go to make your way out of the dome.
Advantage or no?
Sure.
Not bad. 13 plus 11 for 24.
All right. You feel quite stealthy as you start to make your way out of there. And while y'all went a little farther inland to avoid the patrols, it's not like a heavily forested area, so you don't have to go very far. Mostly you just need to get out of the dome and a little bit away of the particular spot y'all had chosen for its ability to be well hidden. And you can see, like, when you first get around that corner, and you can get sight on. Actually, just roll a perception check for me, just real quick, before, so I can see how much to give you.
2 plus 4 for a total of 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of this isn't very hard. You might not get as many goodies. You do see the structure that you had seen above ground before, and you can see a just big line of that wasn't there previously, that is still dripping with this green, this almost like venomously green acid, where it had breathed onto the surface itself. You can also see on the opposite side, this is on that northeast side that is facing you, and a little bit on that northwest side, you can see evidence of its where it raked its claws and landed upon the structure itself. And you can still see some of the waves rippling from where it entered the surf, but other than that, you don't see anything else at this moment.
I don't see it.
No,
at
you do
the
not.
moment.
Not at
Do I see any Swahagan about and running around?
With a 6.
any movement?
There's movement. You can't
Okay.
make out what it is though.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. Like you see like with a 6, you think you see some kind of movement over by the door area on the front.
Okay. I'll communicate all that back. I don't know where the dragon went. It went away. And there's movement, but I don't even know if there's Swahagan.
Well.
That's through the earpiece, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, Julian will be like, as he receives the words, be basically just verbatim out into the dome for the other two.
I just
Are
talked
you
to
doing
Ken
a
about this
Gloom
shit
voice?
yesterday, and I totally forgot to do it. There we go.
No.
Well, I mean,
Sorry, I just wanted to see if you would even attempt to do a Julian doing a gloom voice.
We need you to play Julian playing Glue.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Well, yeah. Tell him. Don't go too far out there. I mean, the dragon sounded like it might have splashed in the water or something, but there's no telling when he'll be out. And I mean, purple's a pretty standout color in this place, so.
Stay close. Don't want you to be dragon food.
Same.
Around this time, Gloob, as you're relaying that information, it comes bursting out of the water off to that same
shit.
kind of eastern side of the combat, flapping up. Make another perception check for me real quick.
Come on.
You don't see it.
14.
14 with a 14 as it's flapping up. It's a big creature, and you got a little bit closer. You do see some evidence. You see a few wounds on it as it goes around, and almost like seconds after it breaches up out of the water, you see a long line of lightning come lancing up out of the water, and right before it makes contact with the dragon, you hear it just it roars something that sounds kind of similar to some words that you've heard Jakob say previously, and it just dissipates right before it would have made contact with the dragon itself.
I hear the dragon say something
Correct.
in that language.
Yep. It sounds like a much deeper, bassier, just louder. Sounds like maybe something that Jakob.
Motherfucker counterspelling.
Gotcha.
And it flaps there for a second before unleashing another torrent of acid directly into the water below it.
I will communicate that to my compadres.
As you're communicating this, with a 14, you're starting to see the water is like almost roiling with movement beneath this dragon. As after it releases that torrent of acid, it just like flapping its wings up to get some air and goes to curve around, and is looking like it's getting ready to curve around, like it's about to come back down towards take like an attack run at the water itself.
It's going back. It's already wounded though. Lightning came out of the water after it. The water's. There's so many of them.
That's why it comes crashing in. Instead of going all the way into the water this time, it does like how predatory birds will come swooping in to grab things with their talons. It does some of that, and this time kind of scoops through, and it comes back up out of the water, clutching it looks like 2 or 3 Sahuagin as it comes up, and just like with their talons like piercing their bodies before flinging them off after it gets a little bit of air. And currently, it seems to be continuing this pattern. You're starting to see some of these things surface, and as it comes down, you see some of them launching javelins up on it as it's coming down to make these attack runs and spraying acid into there. You see some of the Sahuagin starting to creep up on, like climbing their way up onto the side of the structure itself to maybe get some kind of height advantage as it's fighting out around this way.
I get with a 14, I probably can't see how many casualties this thing's causing so far. I don't see anything
Not
close
from
to the
your
water.
position on the land. You can't see down into the water, no.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, a just constant stream of information as I see stuff.
Hey, Julian, you think you could You know, that fish thing might not have been a bad idea, but you would just have to make like a bird that you could carry the fish out there to the water, right?
It's probably
I don't
around
know.
this time that as you're casting it, you're on the cusp of finishing it up, so you'd have to really settle on the whatever form you were gonna choose.
Fuck it, we can try.
So it'll be one
A frog,
bird,
a
one
bird, and a
frog,
fish.
one fish.
All right, so frog and bird poof into existence. Fish flops into existence and lands in like muddy water, like especially within the dome where y'all kind of dried it out. It's just
Immediate, no holds barred, grabbing that fish and flying it out to yeet it into the ocean.
I get like half of a prestidigitation off to try and give it a little bit of a cling before it gets too far out.
So your bird immediately grabs it, swoops off out of the only exit that y'all had kind of crafted for this area. The frog ever so slowly beginning its journey out that way. The bird getting there much more quickly. What's the fly speed on the bird?
I think it's 60 feet, but I'm looking it up now. Yes, 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay, so moving at double speed, it takes it somewhere around like 20 rounds. Or not 20 rounds, holy shit. 2 rounds of just straight speed flying.
It's like, how
'cause I
far
was
away
thinking,
are
I was
we?
thinking 120 feet in my head, and so I was like, 20 rounds, I don't know. But takes about 2 rounds to get it out there. As that is going on, Glubet has kind of swooped its way back around and appears to go into what you can assume was the first way to enter the water, as it folds its wings into its sides and goes spearing into the water with another giant whoosh. Shortly thereafter, Julian, is when your birds would arrive. What are you doing with your bird? I imagine you're just flinging the fish into the water.
Yeah, the bird's gonna torpedo the quipper.
Fish, sploosh. Your fish is now in the water.
Uh,
You see this bird just come hauling ass past you, Glue, with the fucking a fish held in its talons.
And then I'll look over to my right and I assume I see just a slow ass frog.
The frog is taking a lot longer to get there.
the frog has a 20-foot move speed.
Yeah, it's taking it a lot longer to get there.
I'm just a...
Godspeed, soldier.
Yeah. So just for an outline of what I'm gonna have each of them do,
Yeah, go ahead.
the frog is gonna try and find like a tree or a tall rock, and
Mhm.
provide like overwatch.
Sure.
Since it's not real fast,
Okay.
but it's very small, so it's unlikely to get targeted.
Sure.
The fish is gonna be scouting the whole underwater situation because we don't know shit,
Okay.
and the bird is gonna be getting the more risky up close and personal,
Up close at what?
like wherever the action is. So
The action is
just
under
kinda-
the water just now. Like as it approaches, you can still see the water. Actually, go ahead and roll perception checks for all three. Mostly the bird and the fish at
Okay.
this time. Because I'm assuming
Well-
you're switching back and forth like fucking Vault cameras over here.
Yeah, we're flipping through the cams until I see something interesting. Well, that will be a 15 with a 0 bonus, making a total of 15 for the fish.
For the fish, that's not bad.
Hey, that's raw luck. There ain't no bonuses there. Bird did much better. Be a 22 for the bird.
Me too. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna go in order because the one that has the better visual
Uh-huh.
is the fish technically because it's in the water, whereas the bird
Well, I know
is
they might have,
not.
like, military. I know armies set up camps. I don't know if they got like underwater camp.
It is
things.
just to go ahead and let you know what is making your bird struggle is like I described. It is almost like the water is boiling, with just the amount of movement that it is just like the water is being thrown up everywhere. There's not a clear visual from above. You had a question, Bart? Or wanna do something?
What exactly time of day is it? Is there still light
This-
in the sky?
No, it is now
Okay.
night.
Just
It
making
is
sure.
now night. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was into your first watch, so it's relatively early in the night. But you very successfully riled this thing up. So it arrived post haste. So your bird, it can see that there is definitely stuff going on. It can occasionally see like a Sahuagin figure coming up towards like the top of the water to like maybe get a angle from up high or something. You're not quite sure. It's hard to see past the very surface due to how chaotic and everything the movement is. Your fish, however, even though it had a lower check, it is down within the water, and after taking a second to get its handle on things, it is absolute fucking chaos down here. It looks like you can see Sahuagin everywhere. There's blood polluting the water. You can see the dragon as it is like almost swimming like a snake through the water, just doing that little kind of curve thing that they do as it goes through, lashing out with its claws and its teeth, and then its acid breath there shortly thereafter, melting away some of the Sahuagin, but then you see getting swarmed by some of the others, as well as they're like sharks of varying sizes, some that look like about reef sharks, some that are looking a little more in the range of like a tiger to great white size, that seem to be just mobbing this, that seem to just be swimming towards it as quickly as possible, and even as they're getting close and starting to latch down on this thing, you can see it going to make an upward, like just an upward trajectory to get back up out of the water. It has left... You can see the casualties around it of the damage it has done, but there's a lot. There's a lot down here, and you can see some because you can see off in that direction of the base itself. You can still see it looks like maybe that you can still see Sahuagin trickling out of the of their fortress itself, and as it's sitting down there. Can I get just give me one more round of perception checks for both Gloob and for Julian's pets? As it is now, it's coming up and out of the water.
It's another 14 from me.
Okay. Is there anything that Bart and Jakob are doing? Are y'all just chilling still?
For them, while like kind of zoned out on the cams, Julian is just gonna stream of consciousness describe what's going on under the water for them.
All right. Can you hear while you can't hear us, can you?
No, you can't. If it works like Find Familiar, you can only feel.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh, I thought you were asking if I could hear what's going on with them.
Oh.
I was like, yeah.
Quick question. Is this acid, since it's being belted out in such massive amounts, is it just kind of like fading away after a few seconds, or is it starting to sort of permeate with blood and seawater?
This is the ocean.
Right.
So it looks like, even though it's done this several times, it doesn't look like it's enough to... It hasn't been enough to really contaminate the area.
Okay, I didn't know, like, in the areas where he, sprayed through it,
It's
like, if
probably,
it was starting to, like, spread out.
It looks like it's probably less pleasant if he had been doing it in the same spot exactly over and over again, maybe, but he's kind of like, he's spreading the love, you know.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if that was going to be, like, a hazard for fish navigation.
He is still currently farther away from the combat. He's, like, on the edge, like, oh, shit, he's in, like, the shallower area, unless he's wanting to get it closer.
Pretty much everything that's being told to us, I'm going to be writing down.
Okay. You said you got a 14. What were the checks for your pets? Or your summons?
Right, so Mr. Froggy Boy rocked a nice clean 10.
Okay.
I haven't rolled the others yet because I didn't want to forget them or anything.
Right.
The bird dropped down to a 14.
Okay.
Yeah! And the fish got a 19 with a bonus of 0 for 19.
Okay. All right. So starting off with we'll kind of go low to high here. So Gloob and the bird, y'all do their moments after see it come popping up back out of the water. You can see some of its even as it's going out, some of the as it is pulling itself up out of the water, a hail of these javelins coming up, and as it does, it just turns and another draconic utterance, and familiar to Julian and familiar to Gloob in reference to Julian, You just see a like field of arcane energy pulse around itself as these javelins slam into, and just this invisible wall, not quite being able to break it. And as well as almost immediately after that, a giant sphere of what looks like just super heated water, steam, just all of a sudden envelops the area around the dragon, just seeming to burst into existence around it, and you can hear it just screams of pain as almost immediately after you can see that, and you can see that while it is bleeding and stuff, well, as you now see some of these where it looks like it got seared from that superheated water. With the 19 on the fish, it also notes it coming up and out of the water. These fish everywhere, just kind of not fish, fucking hell, sharks and the Sahuagin and everything around them. However, you see like a flit of what appears to be like a more concerted green, and you see a figure that looks vaguely familiar. You haven't seen him in a while, with a hand outstretched shortly before the explosion of this steam that appears around the dragon. And after a few moments, you go, there's another one, and another one of these guys, and it's a troop of Keelanth that appear to be all together, much smaller in number than all of the Sahuagin currently around them. But you see that one with its arm outstretched, that appears to be in not as like as much armor. You know, it looks like it's wearing some leathers of some kind and has a staff in one hand, and as it ends, you see like some arcane runes that had appeared to have briefly flared in the water as it cast this spell, winking out of existence.
All right, so seeing the Keelanth, immediately Bart and Jakob are gonna hear,
Fuck! Keelanth casters are gonna take the dragon down.
Did you just say Keelanth?
I can't hear anything you say. I'm tuned into the.
Yeah. Did he just say Keelanth, Bart?
That's what it sounded like he said.
No.
Right?
Since things are starting to look spicier and spicier, I'm gonna divert the Quipper to scout as much of the area under the water to get like a layout of how they're doing, and not so much focused on the fight itself. We'll let the bird and the frog keep an eye on the fight as much as they can. But we're here for information, so we're gonna try and get that layout.
All right, so it's swimming towards the base?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hoping that the sharks and everyone's involved with the dragon, we're gonna take the distraction to try and map as much as we can of the base.
All right. So it is now starting to head in towards the base. All right.
And for context, it does have a 40-foot swim speed.
Okay. So is it? I'm assuming it's double moving. It's just going. Okay.
Yep.
Roll a perception check for me for the fish.
Be another blistering 15.
Okay. Another blistering 15. So as it's swimming up, so you're looking for entrances, I assume.
Structures, stockpiles, entrances to the tower itself. Just literally everything.
Okay. Well, I mean, most of the stuff you don't see very much on the outside. I mean, you can see where there were some basic, like some, as it is swimming down. What was the total on that again? I'm sorry, you said 14?
15.
15.
There's no sprawl outside of it. Seems entirely contained in the
It
tower.
seems to be mostly contained. You see like a little bit outside where it looks like maybe they were doing a little bit of some staging areas for like separating troops and things. But other than that, it does not look like there's a sprawl outside of it. It looks to be very mostly self-contained on the inside.
If it's entirely contained, then we're just like torpedo beelining for a crack, window, door, whatever.
Okay, so with the 15, you do see where some more of the Sahuagin are exiting this on this northern edge or northern side of the compound of the fortress. There's a door that is there, and as you're swimming for that, let's see, they're not apt to care that much. As you're getting closer and you've spotted this, roll one more perception check for me, Julian, for your fish. As this is going on, Gloob, you're seeing that after that ball of steam got up on it, is flapping. So, and you definitely can see that its wounds are starting to accumulate as it is murmuring a few, not murmuring, it's quite loudly proclaiming some more words in Draconic, and as it does so, its form starts to flicker, and it is more difficult to perceive the dragon itself before it's flapped well above the water at this point, and after that it starts to go down and strafe, but like not going into the water anymore this time, strafing above as it just breathes this acid right into the top along the Sahuagin that had started to kind of come up to the surface to try to continue to combat it.
I'm gonna, after seeing this, I'm gonna go ahead and sneak back to the dome, because I assume like whatever I'm saying to Julian, he's not hearing or receiving. So I'm just gonna get back to the dome.
Well, I can receive telepathic messages.
I assume you wouldn't be able to respond. Maybe, I don't know. I know
he can speak to us.
Yeah, I am blind and deaf from my body.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I don't know. I don't want to call some like sensory overload inside Julian's brain. That's a lot of shit.
Just gets a nosebleed and falls over like, oh fuck.
Yeah, that's the end of Julian. Like, oh shit.
What was that perception? That last perception check for the fish, Julian?
It's a super rockin' 12.
Okay, you're still currently hustling as fast as it can to the doorway. What was it that you were doing, Gloob?
I'm just gonna sneak back to the party. The dragon's not looking so hot. It's definitely kicked up a lot from what I can see, but I think if we're gonna move, and if we're gonna try to get in there and get a look around, then we need to start doing that now.
You've gotten a lot of information already.
Like what?
I'll tap Julian, shake him a little bit.
I mean, we know that they have allies now. They thought that the lizard people thought that the Swagan never had allies.
What allies?
The Keelan. They're with them.
Oh.
And it looked like some of the local wildlife was working with them as well, from what Julian was saying.
Even though I'm shaken, like, we're this close to getting eyes in the tower, so it's just gonna be like,
So close, 1 second.
All
And-
right.
He's trying to get into the tower right now with one of his fish, I guess.
and just for good measure, a mental command to the bird to try and find a window or door higher in the tower. I don't know how the tower is structured.
I mean, it's the only entrance that that the bird can see, which it would have definitely it can easily enough see, are those double doors that were originally connected to the causeway.
Never mind. It'll just keep gathering numbers. That's its task. Merry Christmas.
How far? I'll ask this to Julian in his head if I can. How far is the gap in the causeway that they've created? I think you
He
gave
will
us that number last time, but I don't remember.
stutter out his roughest quick estimate.
From what I recall, looking down, it did not look like they had actively tried to widen the gap, but that when they had sunk the fortress itself, when they had lowered it, it had broken off the causeway, and so all told, probably it looks like some of it crumbled away when it broke down, and then it has sunk probably about 20 feet farther below, So you're looking at probably a gap of somewhere 30, maybe a little more feet from where it is currently down to where those doors are.
Okay.
Okay, what's everybody doing?
Julian's just focused on trying to RC car this fish into the
Right.
door.
Just making sure anybody else is doing anything. Anything to say there at the camp?
Can I look outside of Liam's tiny hut, or is it if any part of me leaves it? Okay.
I mean, the issue is so much of the hut is covered in stuff to hide it. Y'all kind of have your exit, and that's down near the bottom. You can't really get a view just by sticking your head out of there.
Yeah,
you would have to fully exit.
Okay.
I think we have two options. We either go in now, or
Julian, stop eating pizza. This is you gotta focus.
Or we let Julian's fish go in, get what we can, then we leave, because they're going to be looking for anything nearby after this is happening. They need to reestablish security.
Yeah. I mean, is that enough just to know that they're working with the Coalant, or do we need to?
That's
I think
a lot of information.
I mean, more so than information, I think they just suffered the biggest loss that they've suffered so far. Bart, I don't know if you have any more messages, but if you can tell Firebrand to march with the Lizardfolk now, we might be able to drive them completely out of the base and back into the ocean.
They're going to be days away. They'd have to get here quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah. They're not recovering from this overnight.
Either way, we can't stay here.
Has Julian given us a rough estimate of how many Swahagan he believes to currently be fluctuating in the water? Since we can't see it and we're only getting secondhand information from it, from his guesstimation,
I'll say with the
talking numbers in the hundreds.
You're probably getting like really choppy. Like I said, it's just stream of consciousness. So it's probably him like
five more on the left, 3 more on the right,
like shit like that. Just constantly.
Just going off of that, if you've been vaguely keeping count of what he said, yes, the count is in the hundreds.
Okay, so yeah, this isn't something that we can sneak around. Cause see, like I was thinking that this was like a little inlet that we'd be able to they'll be focused out here in a big fight and we can get in there. But it is out in the middle of the battlefield, so
correct.
I don't really think that sneaking's an option. We're not going to get through that unharmed or unnoticed or not completely. There's a different thing in here. All of us that are completely awake and fully aggro are just going to get us destroyed if we try to do any type of sneaking into that building.
I'll just hear another big crashing and slash like that really loud kind of almost nails across chalkboard sound. And as you can see, like the dragon, you can just see the very tip of it. If those of you that can peek out is where it seems to have come to rest on the top of the structure again. Julian, your fish is just about now actually starting to make it a little bit into the compound, just make it into that first door. So far, the Sahuagin are going past, none really seeming to pay it mind, not at least when it initially enters. That this first room it comes into, it looks like just to be a relatively small, roughly hewn stone chamber that has a a smaller passage, probably about 5 foot wide by 10 foot high, maybe a little shorter than that, probably like 8 foot high, but enough to provide plenty of headroom for the larger individuals within the Sahuagin army. Some of them continue to come out of that passage before entering this smaller room before exiting out into the ocean proper.
Darting past it, seeing what's past it. I figure the fish is going to get found out at some point, even though they're distracted, so I'm just trying to get as much as I can before it gets poofed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going for speed, not for stealth, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, we are.
Yep. Oh my god, I just rolled at disadvantage 19 and 18 twice in a row.
Shit.
So it's out. I'm just going to go ahead and say, as it gets into this next room, Julian, as it starts to see that the north of the entrance is a much larger cavern opening up into an area that bounded to the south by a ledge upon which these large plainstone pillars support a very high roof. And beyond that is just a large cave with beds of seaweed growing along that south wall. And it's as it's noticing this, and it's the stream of Sahuagin is continuing. One just kind of, as it goes by, just reaches out with a claw and just poof, connection ends.
Julian will open his eyes immediately.
Line's been cut. Can't see underwater.
All right, how many
Fuck.
do you reckon are out there?
I don't know.
Like I said, it was just like a choppy stream of consciousness. He wasn't tracking any of that information as he said it.
All right. How you said the dragon's looking bad? Is it almost dead, or what do you think?
I don't know anything about dragons, but
What kind of check would I have to roll to?
Roll a perception check. But your bird's still up.
Yeah.
Roll. So as you go back into your bird, go ahead and roll another perception check. Y'all do start to hear the wings once again as it appears to be moving from its perch.
Yay, 21.
21. Okay. Julian, as it kind of goes up and seems to be going in, like it seemed to have taken a moment from its side there, and it looked to be kind of catching its breath. It looks like maybe you saw some of its wounds start to close up at least a little bit. Some of those starting to kind of to not look quite as bad, but it is looking much rougher than the last time you saw it since you had been spending your time in the fish. It takes off and it's going for another swoop and breathing of its acid along the waters. And as it's going down with a 21, you see a large, very large shape coming out from the water. And as it finishes its run, it starts to swoop back up, an enormous, easily 30 foot in length, 15, maybe 20 feet wide. This enormous, easily, its size category wise, huge, if that helps anybody envisioning, two-headed shark come bursting up out of the water as the dragon goes to pull up, and one of its just these giant heads just clamping on to the entirety, like going up over its front shoulder and starting to wrench it down towards the water.
Do you let us know this?
Oh, yeah. I'm checking something on my character.
Oh, okay.
Be swift, my child.
Got nothing for
All
that.
right. Nope.
Does that repellent work on sharks?
They will just hear me say with my eyes still like fluttering,
that is the biggest shark I've ever seen.
And even as you're saying that, Julian, it like wrenches it down, and some of its claws start to trail in the water, but then the shark does lose its hold on that hold, like that front quarter panel of the dragon, but leaving these giant bleeding furrows in it. And as that is happening, it gives a couple of strong flaps pulling away. Even as you see a few more javelins and stuff, you see it cancel out another one of those lightning bolts that comes lancing up out of the water, once again dispelling it before it is able to make contact, and the dragon is starting to pull away.
It's outnumbered and retreating. We need to go.
I agree. I think the information we've got is good enough. Some information is better than none. If we get caught, we're dead. And
We've allied with sharks in the Keelanth. That's bad enough. We got some numbers information.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
You're
if we're
out of your
gonna-
bird right now, Julian?
yeah, I know. Like as soon as he saw that, it's like getting up and starting to like gather his shit together.
Okay.
Are there any of them chasing them right now on land?
I'll dart back to the bird for just a moment to see if they're pursuing the drake.
The immediate aftermath, no real perception check there, so it's past perception. Noticing this easy enough, you are seeing some of it. It was farther out, and its fly speed was much faster, so it was able to pull out quite quickly. You are starting to see movement in the direction of land.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, you're gonna see like immediately once he sees that, Julian like jumps out of his fucking bird and starts grabbing shit. It's like
It's go time right now.
What are you guys doing?
I'm at a loss. I can get one more message tonight. Should I give it to the dragon or give it to Firebrand?
I think you give it to Firebrand. Dragon's done what it can, and I think you should give it once we're out of here. Because
Let
they're
him know
gonna
about the Keelanth. Let him know we're on our way back.
I do
All right.
apologize, Julian. I keep saying it wrong. It is Covalent. I don't know why I insist upon calling them Keelanth. That's my bad.
Because they're Keelanth, god damn it.
No, man.
That's
I don't
how we
know
say it
why.
in
I don't know
Seed.
why that's how it is in my head, but it is
The
stuck there.
all right. Okay, let's just grab all your shit and yeah.
Okay, y'all are just
Yeah.
dipping.
Yep. I'm not. Yeah, at least Bart is taking Julian for his word, and his word seems. In Bart's mind, there are hundreds of Swahagan storming the beach right now, so he's just gonna send. He's gonna use his last 3rd level spell to send a message to Firebrand.
All right, what you saying?
Firebrand, the sick the dragon on them, Blacken. They're allied with the Colan. We're heading back now. It's a shit show.
Shit show? Shit show?
Shit show is 2 words, yeah.
It's a compound word. Treehouse shit show.
Shit show is not. Shit show is 2 words, dog.
Hopefully see you soon.
All right.
Kisses.
That's your XOXO.
And I mean, like, I'm not even waiting for a response. I'm fucking getting my backpack back on and throwing my hat back on. Let's fucking go.
All right. Alrighty. So y'all are rapidly, y'all not having to do a ton of like packing, but mostly I assume making sure all full arms and armor are equipped and ready to go. Are y'all moving? Are y'all? I'm assuming y'all were still in your suited down versions of your
We're not putting our
breastplate?
stuff back together. We're getting the
Okay.
fuck out of here.
Bet. Okay, so as y'all are starting to exit, yes. Yeah.
I am gonna give Gloob the notes that I took to put in the back folding, so they don't get damaged.
Look at them. We can get more. I can sneak in there.
It's not safe, Gloob. No
There's
reason
always
to-
another night, Glue. We gotta go right now.
I don't know
Yeah.
if we're gonna have another chance. Not like this.
We're not going to have another chance, but if Julian says what he says, you don't have a chance of making it out there. This place is swarming with fish.
Live to fight another day, Gloob.
Can I get a perception check from everybody real quick?
Outside?
Anybody, because y'all can hear through the dome.
Is it at disadvantage?
This is auditory.
Okay.
It's a natural 20 and a 1.
Oh.
All right.
8.
15.
15. Okay.
the third 15 perception check of the night. Let's keep
Okay.
going.
Bart, you can hear very distinctly with a natural 20. They're not close necessarily, nor right up on you at this time. You do hear the sounds of Sahuagin in the distance. 15's not quite.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta go right now. They're close. They're getting closer. I don't know if that's true, but he's trying to get the fear of fishy doom in everyone's buttocks.
Okay. So,
Well,
that
Julian already saw firsthand the numbers and the keelynth and the giant sharks. He's ready to move.
So, that being said, moments later, Bart, few more moments as it is in the middle of the night. Here. Well, while that is not necessarily comforting, hopefully the dragon was able to do some damage. Hopefully we will get some details or some advantage out of this. So,
Yep, that's fucking.
y'all are exiting the dome at this juncture. What are y'all doing as you leave the dome?
The direction towards Saltmarsh and the other lizard folk stronghold is what direction on the map?
Is
Cardinal direction?
directly east.
Directly east. So we're
Correct.
going to be heading northeast then, if there is any type of tree line we can get to or anything like that.
Tree line is a very strong word.
Julian would be
Brush.
directing towards an angle to put us a little bit out of the path of the Sahuagin pursuing the dragon.
You were not in your bird for long enough outside to see that they were heading towards the coast. You didn't necessarily see which direction they were going. They were still in the water when you exited.
We'll pop back into it for a second.
Roll a
to
perception check
try
for
and-
me with the bird.
Hey, higher than a 15, a 16. We
16. You can see them. It looks like they are kind of going. They are kind of spreading out as they come along to the beach and moving into a general like northeasterly direction. You're muted.
You're muted.
They're fanning out pretty wide, heading generally northeast.
You can see, with the 16 even, I'll say that you can see like their heads are craned up and looking around, and the dragon is still vaguely visible as it is hauling ass further inland.
I mean, we can
Dragon's done for, at least for tonight. They're
We
looking
try-
for it.
we can try going straight north. I mean, if we can get a few hours into the woods, they only go about 4 or 5 hours inland.
Something like that. Definitely ocean creatures still.
DM, where would a few hours north put us? Gloob knows this area pretty well.
A few hours. You're not quite used to coming this far east.
Okay.
But let me see. We'll actually, you know what we'll do here.
Not in Gloob's old territory.
No, it would not put
Okay.
you in Gloob's old territory, but since we're talking maps real fast, let's go over to our battle map.
I'll be right back real quick.
If I can get my... Whoop! There we are. And all of my labels that are separate, I really need to go back and make sure that these are where they can be seen. So, y'all are currently in this area, kind of a little straight northerly inland into of base 2. I see where y'all were talking about, where y'all thought that it was within this little inlet. That is not the case. Yeah. It is outside of that. Past that out into the water itself. Y'all are probably, from where y'all were, you're on the opposite side of that inlet. Because for my own peace of mind, I'm gonna double check that exact spot for you guys so that I can say with confidence exactly where we are looking at here. Good gracious. Here we are. Yeah, it's almost directly out past the inlet, but like a little closer to y'all's side of the inlet, like kind of just a little bit, not quite at the end, kind of catty corner to it. But with how y'all are on that side, so a couple hours north in it'd put y'all, you'd probably just going straight north, you might hit this river, this tributary that kind of goes up and curves around. A couple hours in, it would probably put you at the top, maybe a little past. You see where that hex, this hex square is that y'all are currently within? It'd put y'all not like either just inside the hex immediately above it. Oh wow, everybody's cameras got omega fucked up. So, as y'all are whatever conversations y'all would like to have, go right ahead.
I mean, we got to make a decision now. We're going to go straight north and try to just put some distance between the coast so they can't follow us all the way, or we just want to try to make the fastest, safest approach back to Firebrand and the rest of them.
Deeper we go into the marshes, the more unknown there is.
They don't use mounts, and we've already got a little bit of a head start if we go now.
remember to do that thing that you were doing to make it easier for us to walk part.
Shit. It's
Do we
gonna
have
take
time
me a
for
minute.
that?
It's gonna take me a minute to do it. If we can find some place to maybe hunker down a little bit, might be able to do it then, but not right this second, not this
Woo!
close.
All right.
Don't worry.
I like how I can hear Ian go, whoo, and then react to see what happens on stream.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we find a place that we might be able to sit down for a second and give us a little bit more of an edge, for right now we just got to go. Hopefully no one's going to see our tracks as we're going.
All right. Let's go. I mean, they shouldn't be looking for people. Like,
Are we going north or northeast? North, northeast, or east?
The straightest path back to where we need to be.
So we're going to go east along the coast?
We were never on the coast.
Yeah.
Close-ish.
Yeah, y'all were kind of moving parallel to the coast.
Right. I think our last checker was my check keeping us on the outskirts of that Swahagan scouting party. So
Right.
we should be on that, like, the outside of where they have to turn around and go back to the ocean.
Okay.
So maybe
let's get there
northeast.
then.
Y'all had
maybe northeast
moved.
for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
and
y'all
then
had
directly
moved.
east.
By
Y'all had
northeast.
moved in from that. Y'all had originally been traveling on that kind of angle, and then y'all had moved inwards and a little back out, so y'all would still be relatively close by,
Gotcha.
if I recall correctly.
So like east by northeast, not purely northeast.
Okay, so y'all are still trying to move slightly at that angle, but mostly north. Okay,
Mostly straight.
Mostly just as fast as fucking possible.
right. Okay, so y'all are not trying to be stealthy about this at all.
Stealthy as you can be,
Our
but-
stealth is supposed to being out of visual range. That's our stealth right there.
Right. Okay.
Hopefully, we haven't seen anything that act as amphibian track hounds for Swahagan or anything of the sort that will
Right.
be able to track us very easily. And I don't imagine there are very many land rangers in the Swahagan forces, so just by sheer virtue of going as fast as we fucking can.
They have land sharks.
Don't give the DM ideas. Get out of here.
Oh god. Just fucking drop my dice on my keyboard. Okay. So, as y'all start just going for that mad dash, trying to get a little bit farther inland, as well as a little bit back towards home, or home base at the very least, y'all go. And I'll say that periodically y'all do initially hear the Sahuagin in the distance. But as y'all travel more inland, that does fade away until you're not really hearing it anymore. And you'll make it farther in. It's
Can we have
quiet, except for the sounds of the night.
Can we have Julian keep his bird sort of like Overwatch in and out when need be until
long
we
does
can
that
maybe
last?
see it? It lasts an hour.
An hour? So it wouldn't have lasted the whole time.
Right. Okay. Yeah, well, we can just keep going until we find like a nice place that might be somewhat suitable for me to hastily belt out a water walk.
All right. Let's see here.
Unless we have like any type of visual, or like if we stop and we like hear something rustling off in the distance or something like that, obviously we wouldn't stop.
Right. Go ahead and roll around the perception checks for me. As y'all are trying to make sure that y'all are in a place that you believe you could
Not
be
great.
not getting fucking jumped.
16.
I have a +4 to this. You think I would do okay on some perception checks? 10.
Is this
Take a
just
wild
hearing
guess.
based?
This, it kind of is a mixture of both, because y'all are trying to see and hear all of what's around y'all.
Oh hell yeah! So I
Take a
rolled
guess.
I rolled an 18 and a natural 20.
Okay, so we took
Nice.
18. Nice.
22.
22. Julian.
Hell yeah.
Take a
dude.
guess.
15.
15.
Again.
Yep.
At least you're consistent.
He's got weighted dice just for 15.
15 isn't bad though. I mean, there are worse numbers to get stuck on. You could be stuck on fucking 6 or something.
I mean, yeah, but I've like, I don't even have the same bonus as my fucking bird.
All right. So, I'm sorry. So I got 10 from Gloob, 22 from Jakob, 15 from Julian, and what was Bart?
Oh shit, I just forgot.
16. I think you said.
16. Because yours is a straight roll right now because it's dark outside.
Oh, mine is a straight roll?
Yeah. It's you don't have night vision, right? You don't have dark
Okay,
vision.
I was just going strictly off of auditory. Then in that case, it would have been a 13.
All right. So, 22, nothing. 15, nothing. 13/16, nothing. 10, nothing. No signs of Sahuagin currently.
All right, bust out the cork and give us some water walking real quick.
Okay. So Bart is spending the next. Is it 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Because it's just a one action cast normally. So
Yep.
10 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yep.
All right. So he's sitting there casting that for the next 10 minutes. Is there anything else the rest of you would like to be doing? Anything anybody wants to be saying?
Julian's just spending his time keeping an eye out since he's one of the ones with dark vision.
Sure.
Might be wanting to keep a low profile. Just in case anything in the swamps is trying to get us.
Yeah, if he's taking 10 minutes to cast that, and Jakob says this, I'll just keep an eye out, make sure nothing's trying to sneak up on us.
You and no, you and Julian both said you're keeping a watch out. Go ahead and roll some perception checks for me.
Natural 20.
There you go. For a total of 24.
Mm-hmm.
Also a natural 20 for a total of 23.
Holy shit, guys. Okay. Okay. So as y'all are sitting there and he's casting this, right near the end of his casting, y'all see oozing in y'all's direction. You see these kind of orangish yellow, kind of more almost kind of like they're a kind of mud, but they're not because they are moving and undulating up and over parts of the marsh and moving in y'all's general direction. You see 4 of these large oozy blobs that are kind of moving in that direction. In y'all's
Are they
direction.
moving fast?
They are moving really slow.
We should probably leave as soon as you're done. Those are approaching. Not rapidly, but they're approaching.
Does Gloob know what these are?
roll a history check for me. Or nature, whichever, if either of those is different for you.
Let's see.
I'll say I'll give you one or the other.
Nature is +0. History is +0.
Okay, what was that total?
9.
9? Not quite sure. They don't look nice.
We're almost done.
Yep, we're getting there.
Okay, and these things are oozing very slowly. They don't see. They see these things when y'all are seeing them. They're still about like 150 maybe foot out and just kind of slowly making in y'all's direction. And y'all watch them, and it's like, whew, not fast. So they probably get within like 100 feet of you by the time Bart is able to finish casting Water Walk on you guys.
But moving towards us with purpose?
No, it just looks like they're moving in y'all's direction.
Okay. So just like running over anything that's in the way?
Yep. As they do so, you'll note, like, as they get closer, that some of, like, they seem to have, like, burnt away at bits and pieces of the plants and things that they're oozing on and around.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, let's definitely keep going.
Yeah.
What is y'all's chosen direction?
I'm just gonna follow Julian. We're just going wherever we're going. He's the guy who knows the way. He's our ranger, even if he's only
Level 1 ranger.
level 1 ranger, is still a ranger.
Were we still wanting to go east by northeast? Is that what we agreed on?
For a couple hours, I think is what we agreed on, yeah.
Y'all have been going for a couple hours at this point.
In that case, we'll start east by northeast and then just kind of curve out to directly east.
How far inland are y'all looking to go? How deep into the marshes?
3 to 4 hours.
Right.
I just moved us over.
Me.
There we go. I got there eventually. I think I might have moved my scenes around on accident earlier. But, so looking back at this map, so like I said, where y'all are now, since y'all went east by northeast rather than being kind of directly up at around the bottom of that next hex, y'all are now probably closer to the other side of the bottom of the hex. If y'all continue in a kind of east by north, actually, probably more like a little closer to the middle. But if y'all are continuing on an east by northeast, that means y'all are still moving largely upwards. That means y'all are going to kind of very much overshoot. If y'all maintain an east by northeast trajectory, y'all would end up on the opposite side of the marshes, closer to Silver Stand than anything else. So I know you said you're wanting to curve. Y'all kind of have to. Y'all have a map. You'll have to kind of decide when you're wanting to curve and where you're wanting to curve.
What I was saying, we'll follow the shoreline once we're about 3 or 4 hours north of the shoreline. We just want to be outside of the easy travel range of Sahuagin scouts.
Okay, so y'all are looking to be like smack in the middle of the marshes before you start traveling.
Right.
It's much smaller than I thought it was.
Trying to think.
Didn't it take us multiple days to get from base 1 to base 2?
You are correct, sir. I'm on all kinds of crack. But yeah, so y'all are probably closer to in the middle of this hex, going inland, and then another couple hours would put you at the top. So yeah, if y'all travel for these next couple hours, to be about 4 hours out, you'll be close to the. I've like lost track of how I've restructured the distances on this fucking thing.
You're fine.
Putting y'all probably, so yeah, y'all be probably about where the top of that hex is, and then. So, that's about how that would put you. All right.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably try to keep going the same direction we're going, and once you feel like I don't much know where the heck we are right now. Once you feel like we're probably out a safe distance from Sahuagin, pushing out this far from the coast, we should probably try to get some camp, maybe set up the dome and get some rest. And as soon as it comes down, we start making our way back as soon as possible.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
And away we go.
Just give me a quick survival check, Julian, to keep y'all kind of on as y'all have moved out of sight, basically, of the shoreline itself to help keep y'all's direction going.
I will attempt to aid him if maybe
Sure.
by the stars or something like that. I don't know.
Right. Doing your best. You lick the mud a little bit, just kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
This tastes like
Right.
East mud.
Well, with that aid, that boosts me to a 22.
22. Very nice. Okay. So over the next couple of hours, y'all maintain your kind of northeasterly direction, getting yourselves well and truly deep-ish. At the very least, not on the edges of the whole marshes any longer. Definitely within the marshes proper. And you said y'all are then looking to set up camp?
Yep.
Alrighty. Are y'all tempted to hide it?
Yeah, I think that would be in our best interest too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a stealth check for me, whoever is looking to hide it.
Julian will assist Mr. Gloob in hiding it.
Before you say that, are we rolling stealth or are we rolling survival?
To hide the hide it itself will as there's gonna be a stealth check.
Very good. 16 plus 11 for 27.
Very nice. Okay. So Bart gets the dome put up, and y'all do as you have done before. You and Julian kind of tag team in the effort of using his natural survival instincts, and you using your native to this area as well as your incredibly potent stealth abilities to set it up in such a way that it is almost invisible to the naked eye.
Sick. Once set up, we will very tiredly go around to the mud puddles in the area, scoop up some water in the bathtub, drag it in there. I feel like we could have gotten more.
Right, but just think of all the good we've done for Saltmarsh already. I mean, if we valuable assets as we are, if we went and threw our lives away so foolishly, think of all the good deeds that would have gone undone without us being around.
We didn't have to do it foolishly. I just think we could have done more.
We can always try to go back.
I think going any deeper than we did, considering the circumstances, would have been reckless.
Right. I was expecting this place to be kind of, what's the word, garrisoned, not fully stocked with an army. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that many, personally.
Well, more importantly, their command of ocean wildlife and their alliance with the Coalinth, who had not one, but several casters capable of repelling an attack from a dragon.
You only saw one spellcaster.
Oh, I thought you said there were several.
You saw several Coalinth. They were much
Oh.
fewer in number, but you only saw one that looked like it was casting spells.
I thought you were saying I saw several that were casting spells. My apologies.
Yep.
Redact that portion of my speech.
Right.
Julian, you say you saw the Coalinth. I mean, you're sure? Did they
They
look? Did they look the same as the Coalinth that were at the Lizard Folk base? I mean, there's tons of different grung, right? Right. That doesn't mean that it was the same Coalinth, right?
I mean, the ones that tried to jump us after we attacked Thousand Teeth didn't seem like they were too much on the side of Saltmarsh and the Lizard People, or
I don't-
Lizard.
I don't know enough about them to be able to tell the difference that rapidly. But doesn't matter whether it's the same or different. They're still allied to the Sahuagin and reinforcing them.
I'm trying to, were they different colored Coalinth, or did you see the same guy that threatened us or anything like that?
Was there anything that really stood out, Dungeon Master, that I would have noticed?
Roll a wisdom. Just straight wisdom check.
Straight wisdom. Hold on, let me pull that up before I roll. Okay. I'll be a 17.
Okay, with the 17, kind of as hectic as it was, trying to fish as much detail as you could out of that snapshot that you got from the fish when it was seeing this happen. Nothing that made them stand out to you as familiar outside of that they were clearly Coalinth. They were few in number, especially next to how many of the Sahuagin there were. But they were few in number, only the one spellcaster. Since you rolled pretty well, and you rolled pretty well on that on its perception check, to see this in the first place. Looked what appeared to be, aside from the spellcaster, a handful of rank and file soldiers, as well as at least one that looked like maybe it was upper crust of some kind. Looked more well decorated.
There weren't many. The one that was using its power to repel the dragon, a few just warrior types. One looked Aristocratic?
Not
as much as
aristocratic,
one-
just more generally.
Oh, generally, I thought you were
Yep.
saying fancy like noble.
No,
My bad.
no. Upper crust military.
And then another that seemed to be in charge. But that's about it.
Well,
Even if it's a small contingent, that's important news.
right. I mean, right. I don't know the social workings of the ocean folk, so I don't know what that means for battle lines or anything that might be able to be done from Oceanus' side or anything like that. If that's going to mean there's going to be different fronts to this war, then that's going to be a big deal to everyone. And at least Oceanus' people are going to need to get prepared if something comes like that in their direction, or hell, I don't know the geography down there.
And I mean, that's a rather important piece of information of the Swahagan aren't alone in the fight against Saltmarsh, like they had thought that they were. They're getting allies, which is convincing for the king and any other people that they try to rally forces from, that it's not just one enemy, it's a group of enemies with monstrosities that are able to fend off dragons. And
And
this
now
is
they need to.
Go ahead. My bad.
this is an active threat to any harboring city.
And now they know they need to deal with a mage. At least one. Seemed powerful at that.
All right. So at least one mighty covalent warcaster of some kind.
Just the one that I saw.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean that's something. I mean, people might even. Do you think you could recall what maybe he looks like if we talked to somebody who, or are you just kind of like an outliner?
One second.
And we'll see if anyone has any like paper so he can write it down while it's still as fresh as possible. Just
Yep.
whatever little details he can remember. I know it's probably not going to
Yeah.
be just a ton.
Yeah, like I said, it looked from what you were able to grab, he looked like standard Coalinth as far from what little interaction you've had with them. Looked to be dressed instead of in like any of the more metallic looking armor that you've seen the others wearing. It looked more to be just like hides or leathers of some kind of undersea creature. Like I said, he didn't carry a metal weapon of any kind. He appeared to have a staff in one hand, maybe some different charms and the like some things just hanging about his body as magical focuses or the like. They seemed to have
Yep.
some bits and bobs, but looked much less soldiery than the others.
Julian will take a little bit of time to try and get a description of the coalinth that he saw as best he can, a description of the two-headed shark, and in the heat of the moment, as roughly accurate as he can get with the numbers that he saw. I understand that was like super chaotic, so it'll be rough, but something is better than nothing.
I did write down everything you said, pretty much.
Oh, all right, cool. Well, we'll condense that down then, but format it for a actual cohesive report, not just a insane string of consciousness.
Right. So you're trying to get as many details as possible, the numbers. What-
If he waits until we get back to Saltmarsh, he's not gonna remember all that shit. So gonna try and get it down now while he can.
All right.
I will hand you 2 pieces of paper and a pen, and if you want more, I have more.
Excellent. Thank you.
And
Of
he'll
course.
get to work.
I'm gonna hand another piece of paper to Lube to put in the bag of holding. Just extra notes that
Uh-oh.
Juliana just.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
You're good.
You're good.
Did I DC?
Looks like Kent is still DC'd.
Nope,
What?
Kent's just sitting real
Oh,
still.
no, he's just perfectly still. Okay, God.
Like an ambush
Oh.
predator.
I'll give a piece of paper to Blue with some of the extra things that Julian had talked about.
I wonder if, since they don't know that we know this, if it could be potentially we could call up some more Kolinth, the lizard folk, like they did last time. I think they had the Lakatha or some of the merfolk go and talk to the Kolinth.
Right.
Maybe if they can start some more talks and bring some more important people up to the shore.
Right. Also, I mean, maybe if there's more than if we have an allegiance of people that are enemies of Saltmarsh, then that might get the the prince or whoever up in Seaton more active and aware and getting his butt in gear to give us some reinforcements. So that could always help. Hopefully. Well, yeah. Right now, I should be able to send some more messages once I get a little bit of sleep. Right now, I can't quite get the focus. Got my jitters going. I need to rest some. As
Did
soon as we
Firebrand
can.
say he was marching or anything when you told him?
No, he said that hopefully the dragon did some damage, and that it
Definitely
wasn't
did
good
that.
news. Like, okay, and I mean, I kind of was of a single track mind and couldn't really respond to him if I wanted to anyway. So I was more focused on making sure we all got out of there.
Julian, did your fish get in at all?
So,
Did your
I didn't hear
Did your fish get in at all?
It didn't make it far. First chamber. Started to enter a bigger chamber, but didn't see much before it got swiped.
Did it see anything of importance?
I think Dungeon Master, you just said he saw that it was a large entry chamber through the only underwater doorway, right?
Correct.
And there was one underwater doorway and one above the water doorway.
Yeah, y'all had the entrances y'all have currently seen is the entrance that the fish began to explore, and then the entrance that was originally accessed by the causeway and is now below it a little bit and is now that is the only entrance above the water.
Really just got the entrances and that first chamber. Just kind of a, like, entrance, antechamber type thing.
Right. Well,
I worry that we may have emboldened them instead of disheartened them.
Well, they don't even know that was Saltmarsh involvement.
They know they turned away a dragon.
With hundreds of soldiers. And that caster. And whatever that two-headed shark thing was.
Have we heard of something like this? Is this some sort of like magically made creature, or is this like, do we know anything about a two-headed shark?
Is anybody trained in religion?
just a little bit.
No, just history.
All right.
Nope.
Those who are trained
I
in
am.
knowledge religion, go ahead and roll for me.
Ooh, it's a 19 plus things. Oh, I'm not super smart. 23.
Okay.
15.
15. Fortunately, you do not get anything with a 15. Bart with a 23. One moment. you don't know much about it. It's vague tellings of a vicious, predatory shark god, and apparently it's worshipped by the Sahuagin. And it has what little you know is that is occasionally represented by a two-headed shark is Sokola.
Man, them out of character alarms are going off right now, huh?
Never heard of anything like that before for involved with another party member. Yeah, exactly.
So-
Julian, you sure you don't want to roll? No. All right. What was that name real quick?
Sokola.
Sakola?
Sekolah. And you know with a 20, even with a 23, you know of its existence, and you don't never have even really run into anybody who actually worships it. You've heard like vague tellings of this kind of vicious god.
It's I think that two-headed shark had something to do with old underwater worship figure called Sakola. I don't know if that's just supposed to be like a kind of like an icon for it. I mean, hell, shit, it's more than an icon to grab a damn dragon and try to drown it, but it ain't good. It's something they worship, so they got some type of, I would imagine they've got some type of diviner in their midst. If probably not that Lokatha guy, or not Lokatha, I mean, excuse me. they're still neutral at the moment, aren't they?
The
Anyway.
Lokatha are on your side.
Right. Lokatha's on our side. Right. The Keolent. Yeah. Hopefully it's not, or I'm gonna assume it ain't no Keolent that did it. It's probably Swahagi.
Well, very least it'd be a hell of a thing to take out and demoralize them if it's some type of god to them. If we're somehow able to kill it.
Yeah, maybe so.
Julian just looks thoughtful.
It's something that we can look into to try to find out more information about this predator god and maybe figure out if it's got any type of enemies that we can befriend, you know, how pantheons tend to go. I guess the more enemies we get, maybe the more enemies we can find.
Okay, so he doesn't know the exact connection with
No.
this
He's-
double-headed shark and the god. He just
He
knows
just
that.
he knows it is in what little he knows of it. He knows it. This god is vicious and predatory. It's like nothing he knows about it has
Just mean
anything.
some bitch.
Yeah, it's a mean, just cruel kind of entity, and occasionally, for what little he's heard of its representation by a double-headed shark.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's some sort of, you know, something that just happens. I mean, Julian, have you ever seen a two-headed shark before? That just happens sometimes.
I doubt Julian has seen one, but if he has, you would let me know? Yeah.
Maybe in a vision or two.
I mean, you've never seen one, especially even if you had, you would have never seen one of that size.
Well, I meant like
That was like a
Fishing
Jaws-sized
tails, like, oh.
double-headed shark.
Nate's boat was taken down 8 years ago by a
No.
theoretical double-headed shark or anything like
Nope.
that.
Oh, do a
Never heard of
line.
it.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's something they're going to need to know. I mean, that thing could probably take out a boat of a good size if it got ornery enough with whoever was riding around on it.
They seem to be able to control the sharks.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I don't know if they use magic to, you know, put another head on a shark or make a shark grow with two heads, or if, yeah, I don't even know how you get something like that.
They definitely had the command of all of those sharks attacking the dragon.
Right.
The little ones too.
I mean, can you have pet sharks? Can you domesticate a shark?
They're fish. Not real bright.
I mean, I don't know how to swim, Julian, so it's not really my cup of tea.
If Julian knows even like basic behavioral stuff, be like,
Not really, just dumb animals. Not like a dog.
All right. So like a form of they got some kind of form of control then with magic and the like, or at least some type of bonded connection with them. They ain't
Julian,
good.
oh, go ahead.
Makes water's definitely shitty place to be in fighting Swahagan, but it's even more shitty now that we know this. So
Yeah, I
Either-
can tell you I don't want to go in there.
Julian took just a second to like think back of some of his own stuff and like,
Either control or maybe some form of conjuration, summoning, something like that. I don't
it could
know.
be. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think we've all known it for a while now, but there's something bigger going on.
Yeah, maybe we can go talk to Firebrand and I don't know. I know he ain't particularly happy with us right now, but shit. As much as we've done for Saltmarsh, if he knows something else, he should spill the beans.
Firebrand should already be marching this way.
We can adjust and meet with him instead of heading back to the city.
I mean,
Probably a good idea.
what do you think, Julian? I mean, you were out there. You saw all of them out in the water. Do you think with the numbers they had back at the lizard folk camp, if they marched over there today, they'd come out on top?
does Julian know how many men Firebrand has with him?
No idea.
We walked through the camps on our way out.
Y'all walked through just one
I-
section of the camp. There were a lot of dudes there.
A lot of dudes versus a swarm of fish people. Who wins? Who wins?
Who will win?
A lot of dudes plus lizard folk plus Lakatha plus.
Y'all knew that there were definitely quite a few lizard folk the one time y'all were there. Y'all know from the couple of times y'all had seen like the mercenary camps outside of Saltmarsh and some of the troops pulled up. You know that the human contingent probably consists of if you add in the rangers and the light coming from Burl, closing in on somewhere around 300 troops ish, human wise. Probably what the lizard folk could accommodate, maybe somewhere not quite that high, but maybe 100. You're not quite sure, and you have no real idea about any of the sea elves, Lokatha, or merfolk numbers. But you know, land troops, y'all are probably in the 400-ish range.
I'm not a general, but it seems too close for comfort to me.
Right. Well, I mean, if we're going to need to get every edge we can, I think maybe it's a smart, dumb idea to maybe talk to that dragon again in the morning. Or, hell, whenever I wake up.
Maybe, but they also blame you for what happened. So
It may also want revenge against
Right.
those who damaged it, bested it in combat.
If I can speak to the dragon, maybe have some kind of parlay with it, the Saltmarsh might stand a little bit better chance with all them troops and a dragon.
Enemy of your enemy and all that.
Right.
I will also note
That's true.
that while you saw hundreds of Sahuagin engaging in it, you had no real opportunity to get an accurate count of the fallen. So you're
Right.
not sure on what the toll of that fight was on the Sahuagin side of things.
Could have been like 10. Could have been like 100.
Well, I mean, I think we should probably get some rest and get going as quick as we can.
All right. Yeah. If you think this is as good a place as any, Julian, well, go ahead and hear from that. Or I don't. Are we having this conversation after we've gotten water walking and have been
Yeah.
moving, or
I'm assuming I'm assuming this conversation is happening in the dome.
Yeah.
This is happening in the dome. So y'all are all up in
We-
there.
We get what sleep we can.
Okay. So, as you all bed down for the night, I'm assuming taking your normal watch orders. Many thoughts on your mind of the day's events. That's actually where we're going to go ahead and take our break since it's only
Hey.
4 minutes till. So
All right.
we'll come back fresh with this next day and I guess if any events of the night. So, thank you all so much for joining us so far. I'm enjoying tonight so far myself. I hope everybody else is as well. We'll be back here shortly. Just going to take a quick break and refresh drinks, maybe stand up and walk around a little bit. But we'll be back hopefully here in about 15 or 20. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Bye!
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back. This is your guys in the Saltmarsh. Champagne. Second half of the session. I'm trying not to cough. Alright, there we go.
You have failed.
Shut up. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody had a good little bit of break. I know we did. Everybody's really highly rated. So, this first half of the session, don't ask questions. This first half of the session, our heroes witnessed a relatively brief but extraordinarily violent conflict between the young black dragon that they had convinced to assault the Sahuagin through a mixture of deception and persuasion of the very high rolling variety. And they learned some things. They learned how quite large the numbers of the Sahuagin were. They were able to discover that the Coalinth appeared to be allying themselves, at least in part, some of them, at the very least, a small contingent at the bare minimum, allying themselves along the side of the Sahuagin, bringing with them a spellcaster that did quite a number on the dragon, even with the dragon appearing to counter some of the spells thrown its way by this spellslinger, as well as the presence, the Sahuagin's apparent control of more regular sharks. God damn it. More regular sharks to heed their call, as well as the presence of one enormous, huge, you may even say, to describe its size, two-headed shark. That was the final nail in the coffin of how much the Black Dragon wanted to commit to this fight, successfully driving it away. But not before it did quite a number on not only the Sahuagin fortress, but also on their numbers. And unfortunately, our heroes weren't able to get like a super accurate count on how many people died. They just know there were a lot of dudes, and then a lot of dudes also died. So that's a lot of dudes. But our heroes fled swiftly further into the marshes to make sure they were not found by the Sahuagin pursuing, or at least following, the dragon a short distance. And they then stopped for the night, had a discussion on what should be done. I'm still trying not to cough. This is very difficult. And on kind of going over what they had learned, determining that this two-headed shark seemed to be associated with some cruel predator god by the name of Sokola. And that there must be some divine powers working alongside the Sahuagin. So, as we return, y'all's night is starting to wane as you all enter your slumber. Our first person up on the watch was Julian, and I believe I got everybody's perception checks for the evening except for you, sir. God damn it. You ever just want to
Yay.
get a new one?
Not a 15 again. We're actually going down this time
Oh.
to a 14.
That's disappointing. Alright, so Julian, you spend your night, or your section of the night, perusing the wildlife about you. You don't see too terribly much. Your watch passes without incident.
At the end of his watch, after he's woken up his follow-on and kind of leaned up against a stick or something, thrown a blanket over him, he is going to take out the medallion, and as he drifts off to sleep, it will be kind of prodding thoughts to the mysterious underwater benefactor, kind of asking, was that you? Or a rival of yours? What is this? Probably not super cohesive or coherent, but in that vein as he's drifting off.
Roll percentiles for me.
Oh shit, 1 sec. I didn't have those dice ready.
That's crazy.
Be a 72.
Okay. Alright. You drift off to sleep. Who has the second watch?
I think Blue does, right? Or does Jakob? Yeah, Jakob has third.
Blue is
Right.
Gloob and then Jakob, if we're going by y'all's normal order.
Yep. The 23
Alright.
for me.
With your 23, Gloob, your watch for the most part is quiet. Let me see here. If I can get to my little thing. At most, you see a handful of normally sized crocodiles moving around. Some seem to come a little bit within visual distance and stop and kind of like do that thing where they watch you from the sideways, since their eyes are kind of a little bit on the side, and so they got to turn their big old head and kind of look at the orb, but not for more than a couple of heartbeats before moving along. I believe that brings us to Jakob, unless there's anything you would like to do during your watch.
No, I'll just give Jakob a heads up on that and pass off the goggles to him.
So Jakob, with your 13, your watch also uneventful, aside from some normal wildlife and your daughter asking questions as per usual, but not quite as distracting as it has been previously. Able to focus more on your watch while still carrying on your conversations with her. But definitely asking questions about without the expletives, what the fuck was going on earlier. Very interested and excited. It was also very loud, Papa, and what was that? It was very big, and it was flying around in the air, and just kind of chattering about what she observed, asking questions but not really ever giving you time to answer them before she moves on to her next one, as small children are wont to do. Which will then finally bring us to old Bartholomew with a 26.
Will be
Yes, sir.
passed along.
Do what?
The information that
There have
Luke
been
gave me.
crocodiles
will be passed
around? Sure. Alright. With a 26, you see all manner of wildlife, but nothing particularly alarming. As you spend
Nice.
your night, I presume, doing as you normally do, and
Oop.
nope.
Nope.
No.
I
Oh wow.
had to prepare silence, and it was it
Oh.
got cut.
No good berry toast.
No good berry toast today.
That's so
Well,
sad.
we'll make good berry toast. I'll just have to burn the. It'll be a extra fresh good berry
Oh,
toast, I guess.
sure. All right. So, the rest of you come to your wakefulness with Bart actively making his good berry toast. As your night comes to an end, and it is worth noting to get y'all's full long rest. It is significantly later in the day than y'all have been going because your rest was interrupted, and then y'all traveled for several more hours deeper into the marsh. So whereas y'all originally bedded down somewhere around like 9 to 10 o'clock, y'all did not actually end up taking your full long rest until somewhere closer to like 3 or almost 4 in the morning. So it's actually relatively close to noon as you all are fully
10 a.m. start.
getting up and about. Later than that. It's a late start, but yeah, 10ish, I guess technically, depending on maybe some of how this could go. If y'all took 2 hour shifts, a little later than that, but yeah, close to noon. The day is yours, or at least the morning anyway. Early afternoon.
All right. I can send some more messages now that it's morning time. I'm feeling a little bit more whole and focused in on it. You think we should let anybody else know what's what?
I imagine that Firebrand has the resources to contact those necessary.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Unless you can think of anyone outside of Saltmarsh's governing body.
I feel like Oceanus probably needs to know if his folks are going to be down there among them, you know?
Oh, yeah, actually, yes.
And
I know that's a good idea, but do we not want to play this close to the chest right now? Maybe message Firebrand and tell him not to tell anybody. Like I was talking about last night, if they don't know that we know, then we could potentially get another invite to Covalent generals or whatever the case is and get them on land. I don't know. Thinking about how we could use it to our advantage right now without anybody knowing.
well, judging from the sun being right overhead, kind of feel like we'll be asking what the plan is on that one rather than directing it at this point. It's just a matter of, from what I know of Firebrand, he's kind of one of those early to rise sorts. So if there's information to be had or kept to your chest, that he's already made that decision by now.
Right.
But I can ask him about it.
Okay. Are you gonna message the dragon?
I don't know. I'm worried. Might just go off on its own and lick its wounds and come back to piss off some Sohagan all on its own without us bothered anymore. I feel like if we mess with it more, we might draw its ire back on our folks at the same time.
That is true. Right now, all you are is just a mysterious voice that popped up. It's not like it's going to be able to find you.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know much about black dragons. I know most of them are mean as damn hell. But
if it's as territorial as it seems, I imagine it will continue its tirade in one form or another.
right. And also, it might behoove us to wait on a little bit till maybe I can send a message to Crush Neil or one of those fellas, and ask them if they know anything about this black dragon that's out here and how long it's been out there. If it's a new arrival, that could be a potential problem for another day. If they know about it, That might be able to shed some light on some more information.
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be a problem if there's more than one, like it's a family of dragons or something.
Hell, I don't know.
I mean, dragons got to come from somewhere.
I don't even know if the dang thing's a boy or a girl or how that even works with dragons. You need 2 dragons for an egg? Pretty sure. Anyway,
I would imagine, but
I'm imagining it works just like chickens.
I just know how to talk the
You don't
language.
for
I don't know
frogs.
about that.
Well, hell, I mean, dragons
Wait.
got scales. Hey, they're not in amphibians or whatever.
Blue.
Yeah.
So you could make more gloobs right now?
Oh.
I'm just gonna stare. I'm just gonna stare at Jakob like.
I mean, 5 tiny gloobs could be really useful in a fight. I don't know. Do they just pop out of them, or is there some process? Like,
You ever seen a damn tadpole before? You seen with a frog?
no, actually, I've not. I don't live in a swamp. I've never lived in a swamp. I assume that's where most frogs live.
All right. Well, you know what? I don't even know how it works with growing. They could do whatever. Anyway, I think maybe just a little bit, having children in the middle of a war ain't the best future plan.
I mean, he's only like, didn't you say you're only like 8 gloob? I mean,
16.
oh, you're 16? Oh, okay, well, you know, that's
well past consent age.
Well, that wasn't, huh?
And time out. In olden times, it was only 14 for our world. So for a long time. just saying.
I'm just giving you this look as Gloom.
Okay.
I was thinking if Grung were like at 1 year old, they could fight like any 30-year-old man. That could be useful. But
They could also just like, I don't know.
Yeah, we could probably, you know what? It's a pretty good idea. We could start, giving babies just knives and just sending them out there. That'd probably work pretty good too. We could probably put them on a catapult or something and launch them on out there so they'll get some good momentum behind them. What the hell are you talking about, Yaku? That's horrible.
Well, I mean, if in Grung society, or Grung with the Grung, if you're an adult when you're 1, then they're fierce fighters as a 30-year-old man, then I mean, that's not a child, that's an adult.
Well, here's your good berry toast, and you reckon we should ask Firebrand first thing, huh?
Yeah, maybe we should get water walking on us first, and then start walking before you send messages.
Yeah, that's thinking with your nugget. You walk and eat and talk. Yep. I will pop out the cork and start casting water walking on all of us.
Been a lightning morning.
Just.
Okay.
Oh
all right. What the hell? All right, that's final commentary on that. All right, so you take a few minutes, 10 minutes, cast water walking on you guys. Y'all are now water walked, and y'all are beginning to make your way. I get probably more directly east at this juncture. Okay. So, you said you're gonna go ahead and send a message to Firebrand.
Yep. Okay.
Is that part of the message or not?
Oh no, that is not part of the
Oh,
message.
okay.
That is Kent saying that.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad. I said okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have said it. Okay. Firebrand. Dragon had to flee. What's the situation with the coalescence? Keeping it close to her chest, letting folks know. On her way back. Now.
Do-do. Do-do. Gotta use all your words. Oh, that's a waste. Alright. So. Not long after you say that, y'all are walking along the mud and crunching on some toast. You hear a cough in your ear. You do not hear a cough in your ear. You hear just the familiar dulcet tones of Leander Firebrand.
I just imagine him fucking Barry White sending me a message.
Well, hopefully it did enough damage to be useful. I have informed our allies we do not wish to run into any ambushes that we do not expect from enemies that we are not expecting.
That's it?
Yep.
He just says he's let people know.
Yeah, he's letting people know. So that, I mean, they're enemies now. That's
Alright.
what y'all told them.
Firebrand says he's letting everybody know that the coalescence can't be trusted. He's letting everybody I reckon that's the right move, so they don't get a sneak attack on us when we're, around our back, joint attack or something like that. For all we know, they could have had people scheduled to go to Saltmarsh in the next couple of days to talk about signing on with us, and then we have a sentry of coalescence right in the middle of our little town. That's 100, right? Yeah. Sentry? Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, he's letting everybody know. Not much use keeping him close to his chest now. So, which I guess I should tell Oceananus, since my vessels will get there a lot faster than anything he can do. And for him to tell everybody else. All right. Yes, Bart. Coalescence are with the Swahagan now. Let folks know. Tell Anders the information's from us. He'll trust us through you. Probably. Just what they're saying.
Okay. That was sent to Oceanus, you said?
Yep.
So, about a minute later. Hello, Bart.
Just walk on like, oh,
Oh, hey. I have already departed to summon the rest of my people. However, I should be returning soon. I will do my best to notify Counselor Anders.
shit. Well, I got a message out to Oceanus, but he had gone already, so I was trying to let him warn the people in Saltmarsh what was going down. But he can't do that, so at least the merfolk now know.
The who?
Oh, I'm sorry. CL, excuse me. My bad. He was pretty quick on his feet for a merfolk. He's just fucking wiggling that tail. Anyway, well, I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe I should mess with someone and one of the lizard folks and ask them about the black dragon, but maybe that could be saved for another day in case we run afoul of something on our travels. I want to use up all my magic. I don't know.
I agree. I think we should wait on that.
I mean, I don't know. Those things are pretty big. Takes a lot out of me in the morning like that. Yeah, I got this goodberry toast though. That sticks with you. Get a little bit more through my system. Whew. Pepped up.
All right.
Just folds it over. Just takes a big bite.
It's like when you get the half of like the one piece of bread, the peanut butter sandwich that you just fold in half as a single piece of bread.
The insert Minecraft crunching noises here.
I feel like that's copyrighted. We might get in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Crunch, 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 crunch. All right. So, as we begin our return journey, I know you'll have a handful of days of travel. Who would like to take the first check of the return journey?
Oh boy. Oh, I'm not going to start it with another medicine check, okay?
More baby powder!
Oh shit, I'm sorry. That was powdered sugar. That was the wrong pouch. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
That's why it
not
smells
good.
so good.
Oh god, that'd be. Oh god, that'd get nasty real fast.
Shoot. Screw it. I'll do some perception checks.
All right.
And
Go
make
ahead and
sure
roll a
we're not
perception
being
check for me.
accosted by bipedal fish folk or flapping angry black dragons alike. It's a 13 and a 14, so a total of 22.
22, very nice. That will count for y'all's first success on this journey. Keeping an eye out, spotting neither black dragons nor bipedal fish folk. However, assisting you and your party in avoiding some other threats. Yes,
Do Swaga have tails?
I think they do.
I'm not sure. I was like, well.
I think so. Now you got me questioning. I think so. What the fuck? I haven't pulled up here. Yes, they do.
Okay, cool.
I probably would have known if you hadn't asked, because then you asked and I was like,
Right.
now I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. It's a mystery. So, getting you guys through the first half of your first day. That actually puts y'all kind of actually into the afternoon. So, out of curiosity, how long are y'all planning on traveling this first day?
Maybe go a little bit later into the night, but not overdo it too much. Try to work ourselves back into a normal schedule, I guess.
Kind of reset your sleep schedule, try to fix
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Take a couple hours back, maybe camp at 10, go to bed at midnight.
Right. So what would have normally been your like morning to early afternoon is now your like early afternoon until like the mid afternoon. And so if you guys are wanting to travel till about 10 o'clock, will require one more skill check for the day. If nobody's noticed, I keep cutting back on the number of skill checks per day because it got very tedious. So I'm fine tuning. We're working on it. It's that whip.
If anyone would like to make a survival check, can you give them advantage during a skill check like this?
Sure.
Hey, then I would like to give someone advantage. If anyone would like to make a survival check.
As Julian is bushwhacking and tracking to get us out of here, I guess he will make the survival check.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check for me, Julian.
18 and 12 respectively on the dice for a total of
Some.
I should go.
It's like 24.
It's 24.
24. Yep. I forgot if
Big
it was a
brain.
+6 or +8. It's the stealth that's an 8.
Noggin large.
Better than 15.
It is better than 50 by like some, by like a little bit. But maybe some might say it may even be better than 15 by like 9-ish. But anyway, with a 24, that will easily constitute your second success for the day. Carrying you into the evening as Julian checks the wind and looks for moss on rocks and things. I don't know. I was never in, like
Tastes
the
of
boy.
blood.
I was never in like the Boy Scouts or anything. I don't know what you fucking do. He land nabs y'all. He's out there. He's out there land nabbing, doing his thing. But once again, helping y'all avoid some of the worst of the. Also, out of curiosity, have y'all continued to apply insect repellent? Keep counting that down there, Mr. Yakub. Mr. I have 150 uses of insect repellent.
Been 2 days, right?
This is y'all's first next day. So this is the new day. So this would have been your first use of this session. Though feel free to just get rid of it. That's entirely up to you.
I used 2 days, just in case I forgot to mark off last time.
All right. So, getting you guys to your evening's rest of 10 p.m. Is there anything y'all would like to do this evening?
I mean,
Go ahead.
just continuing to keep a close eye out. I mean, as far as Julian's concerned, we're still in hostile territory, so
Sure.
his energy is going to be pretty focused on not letting us get jumped and killed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, if everyone's in the dome for the night, I'm going to try to teach Melvin to go from my shoulder to one of my team members' shoulder on command by saying their name.
Okay.
Can I assist in that?
Are you
'Cause I
trained
have-
in animal handling?
Yes.
I will say, since you are trained in animal handling, you can assist him as specifically the first teammate to be being trained for.
You want to roll your own dice, or you want me to roll with advantage?
I want you to roll with advantage.
I think it's +7. It is.
Yep, definitely want you to roll with advantage.
Yeah, I can be
Ooh,
real
it's-
wise.
So good. It's 23. It's 17 + 7.
Absolutely.
Nice. That's 24.
Yeah.
24.
24. Between between the two of you making use of some little treats that y'all have that you kind of use to get him to go back and forth coaxing him, you very easily are able to get him to definitely well on his way. Very successfully getting him to do it with Jakob at the very least.
Awesome.
Oh man.
I would actually like to send my last message, but I will send it
Sure.
to Sariv.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Old lizard folk.
Old lizard folk.
For those who do not recall, old lizard folk advisor.
Thank you.
Apologize for the time. You know anything about a black dragon? Saw one and need information. And then a pause and damn bird, and that's the end of it.
Nice. All right. Not long after. You hear that?
Oh goodness.
He's dying. Here's a black cloak. Oh no. Who is this? There was a black dragon. I'm trying to fix old person with the lizard folk thing, and it is a struggle apparently. There was a black dragon within the marshes. younger, if I recall.
That's it?
Yep.
This old motherfucker. It's like, that Mark's like, alright, well, that's all I've got for today. I guess I'll just take that to sleep with me, okay? Just kind of muttering to himself.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's one out there. He was young. Good night.
Good night. Good luck storming the castle. All right. Y'all's night passes without comment, unless there's anything anybody would like to do during their respective watches.
I rolled 2 2s for my. Oh, I don't even have advantage, so yeah, 10, whatever.
I for once rolled really good on my perception check. I got a 22.
Amazing.
Oh, I got really excited for a second because I mixed up my survival check with my perception. I was getting ready to say a dirty 20. However, comma, it is a 17.
Oh, so sad.
Hey. I was
9.
You all observe a relatively quiet night to varying levels of success. Unless there's anything anybody would like to do in the night, we will waken the next day. Or do you?
Oh, at some point I would like to refaction my armor back to the heavier version.
Sure. Easy enough to do kind of during the night or in the morning, whichever you'd prefer.
Right.
You doing the same as well? Or you not a
Before
fan
that
of
comes
the-
up, oh shit, I forgot about that situation.
Oh no! I have fucked up.
Done goofed.
All
right.
righty. Moving into day numero dos of y'all's travel back towards the front lines.
Water walking, etc.
Who would like to take check number 1 of day number 2?
I will with a insight check on any animals that attempt to, approach, or to see if there's an aggressive nature in them, or aggressive intent. I mean.
Okay.
So we can try to avoid the area.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
14.
That is a failure.
Fuck.
Show
Don't have a
me
lot of these
something
that I'm
good.
with. It's another black dragon.
Yep, this is its dad.
No, no.
Ancient black dragon.
You said an ain't shit black dragon? Hell yeah, that's
Yep.
what we need to fight. This dragon ain't shit.
Oh shit. God fucking damn it, if I could roll in my dice tray, that would be fantastic. Alright. This could be worse. Alright.
Real quick.
Yeah, what's up?
You had said because of all the shit that attaches to my armor, I'd take a -1 to my AC until I get it fixed, right?
I think you got it fixed already. You got it fixed by the dwarf all the way back in Burl.
No, I mean because you'd said I'd have to cut some of the leather straps to turn on the breastplate.
Nah, that's what I was. The more when we talked about it more, I believe we kind of retracted that because a lot of these they have separate. There's a lot of pieces that connect, but for the most part, they do connect separately. They may connect to the other pieces, but they would like your pauldron would connect to the breastplate, and then also like around like your bicep and that kind of thing. But then they did come apart so that they could be easily stored.
Okay.
If you wanted to do it really fast, if you're like, oh shit, I need to be stealthy, you'd have to go snick, 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 snick. You'd have to like slice things off. But with being able to take your time, you're able to do so without damaging anything.
Okay.
So, your AC being 18. Holy shit, these things actually have a fucking pretty solid attack. To clarify, Jakob, what is happening to you is as you are looking around trying to insight check animals, you stepped in a bed of snakes. And they have all bitten you.
This is the second time I've gotten.
Yep, this is a lot more of them though. This is 4. So give me a Constitution saving throw.
Jakob's like, it's okay. These are just those are just friendly field snakes. Ow,
Stepping-
ow, ow.
Stepping snakes, as we call them back home.
10.
These are just constrictors, ow.
Okay. So you do reduce the damage of the first poison. For the record, they don't do enough piercing damage to actually damage you with the piercing damage somehow. But they're getting the poison in there.
Okay.
So, snake number 1. You take 1 point of poison damage. Snake number 2 hit you with an 18 exactly. If there's anything you'd like to do to that.
No.
Okay, make another Constitution saving throw for me. Jesus.
What the fuck? 13.
Okay, passes. 2 more points of poison damage. Other one doesn't make it through your armor.
Riposte.
If you really want to, sure. The second
I'm
one
using
misses.
the D6.
The last one misses as well.
Let's see. That's going to be 16.
That definitely hits you.
Okay.
You kill the shit out of this thing. They have 2 HP. If you just want to roll it, just to roll it.
Yeah. That's 12 points of damage.
Jakob you see a bunch of him step into a bed of snakes that all like lash out, and some of them just plink off of his armor, and he just slices one in half with a like wild stroke of his greatsword. But other than that, not too
What's
bad.
the last one?
The last one missed.
Okay.
So you took a grand total of 3 points of poison damage, I believe, from that very brief encounter.
Well, yeah, that'll fucking show you goddamn snakes. I swear to God, I hate this place. Let's get out of here.
You stepped on them, didn't you?
Yes, I stepped on the snakes.
Alright, yep, that'll show them.
We'll just go by and pick one up. And if it's still alive, I'll just like, sling it and snap its neck. These things make pretty good belts. And I'll just start carving one open.
Sure.
I'll take the 2 halves that are wriggling around on the ground. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yep, and I'll just put them in the backpack.
All right. So,
We have some steak in our soup tonight.
who would like to take the second? Or no, that was check number 2, wasn't it? No,
Yeah, that was our first one.
that was check number 1. Who would like to take check number 2 for today?
Gonna stealth us ahead.
Are you trying to clarify? Are you trying to stealth ahead to scout for the party? Or are you trying to help assist the party scout stealthing?
Stealth ahead. I love the party.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
That is double 2s.
Oof.
13.
Slightly better than the alternative of double 1s.
That's true.
That is unfortunately a failure.
Too bad, dude. Yeah, I said if these things rolled double 1s on me again, I would melt them down
just-
and kill it on live stream.
I'm just imagining Glue doing that whole thing to kill that snake, and he's like, yep, make good belts. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy. All right. Well, this is
That's
fun.
Such a high percentage of success.
Yeah. So as y'all are traveling along, Gloob, you're attempting to stealth ahead, and as you're doing so, you're coming along and you're seeing these two big old familiar figures. It might be the same ones y'all saw earlier on your way here. These giant Goliaths of matted plant life that are trundling along and just and snap a twig. And unfortunately, they do both kind of turn, noticing you. And they're within about 20 feet of you and begin trundling in your direction. And it looks like we get to use the same battle map again because I'm a fucking asshole. I should have asked this earlier. How far ahead of the party were you stealthing, Gloom?
10 feet, of course.
About 50 feet.
50 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Alright, we're going to reorient this board, though, because we don't give a shit. Y'all are going to be on this way. So let me go ahead and summon y'all in here. I don't know if y'all still have Tailspire open.
Yep.
First of all, get this fucking spiritual weapon out of here. Let us get, yeah, killed it dead. Move us back into the battle. And let me move my fucking map behind here again because I'm just gonna do this every single time. I really need to have a scene that's just the map. So it's like, this is our map scene. But I am lazy. So, Mental Gen. Where's my Mr. Gloob? Y'all are back here, my friends. I hate to tell you. I'll back this away. Where's old Mr. Glob?
I don't think I'm on the board.
Is Gloob not on this map?
Fell over.
No, I don't think he is.
Gloob is way the fuck up here. Ish. We'll do a little measurement because you did say you'd probably be about 50 feet. So if you want to move yourself to about here.
Alright, I mean, where am I?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right here at the far east end. You should be able to just click on yourself.
I don't see myself, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see me, or I don't see it on the left-hand side of the screen either. There we go.
Is from east to west.
There we go. I'm here now.
If you're orienting yourself from east to west. Yep, that should put you around there. You three arrange yourselves however you would like near that end of the board. We do a quick little finding of a...
But I stepped on the twig, I'm gonna put myself on that twig.
There you go. See, I'm just saying. This is what happens when you don't avoid the twigs, Jones. When you don't avoid the stick. You get attacked by shambling mounds. No, nobody? Alright. Tough crowd.
You got some chuckles.
No one better fell another one. I don't want hellhounds coming after us, okay?
There we go. There we go. Look at them boys. They're like right here because I said they were 20 feet away from you. So let me make sure I'm being accurate.
You're saying, look at them boys, and I see nothing.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Y'all can't
There
see
we go.
them?
I see
There we
that
go.
one.
Now I can. That one I see.
What is going on with Tailspire? Gosh darn it.
Ow.
This thing is supposed to be
Oh, like it
20
hurt.
feet from you. Why is measuring so hard? There we go. Ish. 20-ish. And then my dude numero dos. Kind of off to this side. Oh boy! So, get out my trusty little combat tracker notebook. Alright. Can I get a motherfucking 25?
Wait. Oh,
No, you
yeah. 20.
Very nice. So I got Bart with a dirty 20. Anybody else better? Alright.
I'll see y'all at the end of the initiative.
Love to hear it. 20 to 15. Oh no. 15 to 10.
13.
12.
Oof. All right. What's yours, Jakob?
4.
Oh boy. That ain't good.
I'm so goddamn tired of rolling 4 for my initiative.
Don't you have a +2 dex?
Yep. And I keep rolling 2.
Oh wow.
Every time for initiative.
So, okay. We got a little bit of justice going on here. So. All right. So, bringing us to the top of our initiative, old Bartholomew Fairfurrow. Your buddy was stealthing not so hotly in front of you guys and has unfortunately attracted the ire of these two plant monsters.
And I was super worried about to be like at the top of the initiative order, and then it just smash cuts to Shambling Mounds beating the shit out of a purple frog.
What the hell?
I seen if he was in range of spells.
Gotcha.
I'll try to give them something bright and shiny to attack, I guess. Sure. And but first I'm going to make sure that casting range is 60 feet.
Looking for
spiritual weapon. Yeah. Just going to cast it 60 feet away onto that one right there, right in
which
probably
one on the left? Okay.
Yeah, the northern one.
Okay. So let me get out of here, library. So we'll just place it down. You put that where you would like it. Also, quick question: is the spiritual weapon corporeal?
No.
Okay.
Does force damage.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it is not corporeal. So something tries to attack it, it just phases right through it.
All right.
I think we discovered this when someone was talking about wanting to ride their spiritual weapon around and how that couldn't actually happen.
That makes sense. All right, so go ahead and roll your attack for it.
16 hit?
I believe it does hit, yep. Okay.
Deals 7 plus 5, so 12 points of force damage.
Very nice. Alrighty. Does that be it for your turn?
Wisdom saving throw on its part.
Going for Toll the Dead?
Yep.
I don't think these things are particularly wise. Yay. Not 10, no. I don't. Not unless it has a very good wisdom. No, it has a straight flat wisdom.
It's a 4 and a 4, so 8 more points of damage.
Very nice.
And I can't see the spiritual weapon if you moved it on the board.
What? You'll see it right here?
There it is. Oh, I see it now.
That's weird. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
For some reason, you got to move your character to see things. I've noticed that.
There is so little thing. There are so few shit blocking line of sight on this map.
I don't know. I noticed I couldn't see the Shambling Mound on the right, but then I just kind of shifted glue a little bit and dropped him, and then I could. Yeah.
That's weird. All right. Does that be it for your turn, Bart?
That'll be it.
Okay.
Trying to distract its attention away and see if it'll attack a shiny thing.
Unfortunately, its senses are purely reliant on blind sight. Since it is not a physical object, it hits it and it kind of like shifts around, but it cannot sense what did this to it. This one right here will be taking its 5. Oh wait, where was I? I was here. So we go 5. So it moves its full movement kind of over here. Your small model, excuse me up with how I need to place things. So it's technically in range of you. Your model's just little as it moves its way up to you and is just lashed out with its 2 big, just like, they're not trunks, but just these giant, like, thick, just matted plant matter of their arms just come slamming in at you. Attack number 1. That's a 17.
That is my armor class.
Okay.
I will uncanny dodge that.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. There's going to be 16 points of damage reduced to 8 because of uncanny dodge.
That was a good uncanny dodge.
That's very good. It's attack number 2. That's a 21 to hit, unfortunately. Good gracious.
That also hits.
Ouch!
That one... Where's their bonus? +4. That one's only going to come out to 10 points of damage. So not rolling nearly as well on that second attack. However, as both of these slam attacks hit you... Oh. Pooh. You are grappled. And as it grapples onto you, you are pulled in with the vines and stuff into kind of almost like into its chest. And you are now blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Lube has been here before.
Shambling Mounds are fucking scary. Alright. That is going to bring it to the end of its turn. And that will then... Oh gosh, lost my initiative order. Is then going to bring us to Gloob.
Okay. Something happened at the top of my turn?
So I'm double checking. Nope, it is at the top of its turn. So you are now blinded, restrained, and cannot breathe. What are you doing?
Hey. I'd like to try to escape with an acrobatics if I can.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
Not great on the roll, but I'm pretty good at it, so it's a 19 total.
Absolutely succeeds. You are, despite how, like, the constrained and suffocating feeling of being stuck within this thing, you know that you have been here before, and you know what you got to do to get out, and you wriggle, getting like your elbows and joints up just every which way you can before it being able to kind of pop yourself out as it's trying to keep a hold of you into that
Awesome.
Square where you had just been.
Okay, do I get to choose what square I'm in, or do I get just?
I'd say so. It was you were like had just started engulfing you, so like it'll spat you back out right to where you were.
Okay. That's my action. I can't really do anything. I don't want to be next to it for right now, though.
Sure.
So I will get it back towards my help that I see is closest, and I'll just 5, 10, 15, 20, and I'll bonus action. Shit, I haven't made a melee attack against them yet. Fuck.
Can you disengage the bonus action?
I can, but disengage only gets me out of his range, right? It doesn't give me extra movement.
Correct.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. Shit. I've already put my model down over here. I'm going to bonus action disengage and say 25 right there, and then just turn around and face it.
Okay, sure. You are able to dip, duck, dive, and dodge around it and step past it back over there towards the spiritual weapon without occurring any AOPs.
That'll be it for my turn.
Alrighty. That is going to take us from your turn to Julian. What would you like to do, buddy?
Alright, well, slight change of plans, seeing as friend Gloob has gotten out. Going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gonna head over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 2 shots at the one currently chasing down Gloob.
The one that just hit him is even as he's gone around it, it has kind of whirled around to face him. Sure. So go ahead and make those attacks.
First one will be a 16 plus stuff.
Yeah, hits.
24 total.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Alright, Alright, second shot is a natural 20 plus 8.
Very nice. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay.
What all dice you rolling there?
The hex damage plus the arrow.
Did not call out the hex, my man.
Oh. Fuck. That was part of my plan. I set it aside anyway. Can I retroactively call it? Because I was intending to. I had it all set aside. I just got strategically wrapped up.
Sure.
Thank God. Alright. Sorry, I was altering plans because I was originally going to shoot the other one because I didn't want to hit glue. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So the first arrow will do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 16 points of damage.
Okay. And how much for the
Second
crit?
one,
That 2 or 3 dice, my man. God damn, that's a lot of dice.
it is a lot of dice.
Crazy.
That
That is just
makes it easy. 5s make it easy.
20, so
that'll
is that
be-
27?
Be 26 points of damage for that second arrow.
Don't you have a +7?
Yes. 5, 5, 6, and 3.
Oh, that's right. You don't double your dice. You just roll extras. I always forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just rolled the full fucking set.
So that was 16 points of damage followed by 26.
Yes.
All right. Very nice.
Do you need to know the breakdown on the types for that?
I don't think so.
I don't know enough about Shambling Mounds to tell you.
No. Because
Okay.
that's all piercing and necrotic, so no.
Yep. All right.
You're good to go.
That's it. That's my movement, my bonus, and my action.
Alrighty.
Thank you to the gimme.
No worries. That brings us to its buddy. Just let me see something. That is within 60 feet. So, whoops. Ah! I'm going crazy. So this thing, which was in this square here, is gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, and then move another 5, 10, 15, 20, and is unable to make any attacks at you. But this thing, like you can see it, like it doesn't seem to react to you firing your arrows, but it was like as you approached in this direction, you stepped and it was like almost like turning as you moved to that direction, and then just comes trundling towards you, using its movement and action to get there. Because they're not super duper fast.
Thank God.
Oh gosh, darn it. That will then bring us to Jakob's turn. What you doing back there, buddy?
Which one did Julian hit? The one on the left or right?
This is the only one that has been hit so far.
Oh, okay.
The one with God's flashlight on it.
Yeah. Okay, and this one is 40 feet. Okay. I am going to... How's the one with God's flashlight looking?
I mean, it is missing some plant matter and stuff. You can see where the necrotic energies of Julian's hex have like burnt away and rotted away some of it, but I mean it's still standing.
Okay, then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's make sure that puts me within... Does not. Okay, let's see if this puts me... Does. Okay. I'm going to throw a javelin of lightning to the one to the right.
Okay, so you're just chucking it at this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that is what's the DC on that?
He does not do the roll because it's
Oh, since he's the target?
not an attack.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and make the attack roll then.
Okay, goodbye that 20. Probably rolled better than it did actually. That's 16.
16 does just hit.
Okay. I am going to menacing attack this one with the D8.
Okay.
So that's that damage, and then
Okay.
Okay.
Roll the damage type separately for me.
I did. So it's going to be 15 piercing.
Okay. And how much of the lightning?
And then 13 lightning.
Okay. And the menacing attack is a wisdom save, correct?
Yes, and that is DC 5. Might be
16. Should be DC 16 for you since
Yeah.
your strength is 20 now. Alright. That's a natural 20, unfortunately, on its wisdom saving throw. And as your javelin, like, you turn it, you mutter its activation word as and as it leaves your hand, it transforms into this bolt of lightning that just goes lancing across before slamming into that shambling mound. You said that was 15 and 13, correct?
Yes.
All right. And even as you see it sink into the shambling mound, it piercing into it, as the lightning arcs up and around into its body, the pieces of it that were broken as the javelin entered it seem to grow back up and around the javelin.
Okay. And then I'm going to throw one other javelin.
Okay. At the same target?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to precision attack that, which will bring it up to a 19.
19 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's going to be 8.
8 points of damage.
Piercing.
All right. God damn it. Alrighty. Very nice.
And then I'm gonna action surge for 2 more javelin throws.
Okay. Are you keeping track of your number of javelins? Because I know some
Yes.
haven't gotten retrieved. All right. Go ahead and keep throwing. Shoo, 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 shoo.
Yeah, I've used 2d8 plus 36. One miss, and then the other one is a 22.
22 hits. What was the other one?
12.
12. Yeah, unfortunately, that does miss.
That's going to be 8 piercing.
8 more points of piercing. Very nice. Alrighty. As you just... That first one with the lightning seeming to... While initially being effective, seeming to be counteracted by the regrowth of the plant matter around it. The next one's all just kind of... One not quite seeming to pierce and just kind of like hitting a piece of bark and just kind of hanging out of it. The other two just slamming home. Is that going to be it for your turn?
That is going to be it for my turn.
Bart, that brings us to the top of your turn, the top of the initiative to your turn, buddy. What would you like to do?
All right.
Bartholomew
Let's get in
himself. I'll just zoom in on you real close, like. Look at him. Look at that maul.
The
he doesn't
javelins went
have.
to the ones that's in front of Julian, correct?
Correct. Those javelins all went to this one.
All right. I'm gonna move up. Just kind of in the middle of both of them, I guess. On whoever might get hurt the most. And
Alright.
I will continue aiding my buddy Gloob though, and move 1, 2, 3. I guess I can get it. Yeah, I can get it to the other side of him, right? Move 20 feet.
Yeah. I mean, if it's incorporeal, I don't see why it can't just go.
All right. I will attack with it for my bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, 14 plus 8.
It definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
6 plus 5, so 11 points of force damage.
Very nice.
And with my action, since we have, I think this should be everyone is in range now. If it'll let me draw it, there we go. I guess Gloob's not quite.
Yeah,
in
Gloob's
range.
not quite in range, I don't think. Let me see here. Because it's weird, because he's in that square.
Oh, I'm actually not fully in this square. That
So
might
you want to make
change
sure
a
you're all the way in your square and kind of put it on top of your head so that it's centered on you. There you go. So I'll say with 30 feet, more of the square that he's in is covered by it than not, so yes. However, I think Julian is not in it.
Shit.
6 to 1, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah. Well, Bart, regardless of whatever has actually been in the past, Bart's always going to err on helping his little buddy out more so I will use the action cast Emboldening Bond. I guess it'll kind of, I'll intend to cast it on Julian, but it'll kind of miss, and I'll bring it back on to me then.
Alrighty, and so yourself, Jakob, and Gloob all have Emboldening Bond. Take your D4s, fellas. And is that going to be it for your turn?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Alright. So, woo! As you have moved closer, you and Gloob are now kind of equidistant to this one shambling mound. So let's see who it's going to go for. Okay. It is a combination of you just running up closer to it in its blind sight, and then this whap of damage coming from your direction. It's gonna kind of, you see it lumber, turn around, and move 5, 10 feet, and it's gonna make both of its slam attacks at you. Bart.
All right.
So attack 1. That is a 24 to hit.
Nah, shield.
Oh, Jesus. God damn. I really need to get a bigger dice tray, guys. 5, 7. There's going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage on that first hit.
Okay.
And attack number 2 is a 22 to hit.
Okay.
There's going to be 15 points of bludgeoning damage on that second hit, and as it does so, all the vines and other various detritus wraps around you and pulls you into its kind of like its chest cavity. And you are blinded, restrained, and cannot breathe.
Okay.
As you get pulled on into its space there. Alright, and that is using basically its full movement. And is both of its action. It's going to end its turn, bringing us to Gloob.
All right. Well, that didn't go as planned. 5, 10, 15. Get right up here to it.
Mm-hmm.
We have fought these things before. Do
Correct.
I remember? Because I don't remember. Do I remember if hitting them hurt whatever they were holding inside?
You do not recall it hurting them previously.
Okay. That being the case, I'm just gonna try to
this thing up.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
Swing away.
All right, go ahead and make that attack roll for me.
Use my D4.
All right.
That's a natural 18, but
Nice.
plus 1 plus 9.
I think that'll hit. Yeah.
28.
Nice.
Oh, jeez. 10. 13 plus 6 is 19 points of piercing.
Okay, very nice.
I want to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Step away from here.
Okay.
Try to go back towards me.
All right. Alrighty. You said there was 19 points total, correct?
Right.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Alrighty, very nice. Just cutting away at more plant chunks just falling away from it. Alright. That ends Gloob's turn, bringing us to Julian. Julian, this thing has rolled up on you. You have seen that other one. It seems to have come up kind of boof, boof, and just smack 2 smacks onto Bart before yanking it into like the tendrils and vines and everything that are within it, that it consists of.
Right. Well, I don't want to be here. So with a muttered incantation, just about a oh shit curse, we're gonna misty step right over here.
Just
gonna
vanishing in like a black mist.
Do a little Nightcrawler Bamf, and then use my 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. More movement over here. And can I safely shoot these things without hitting?
From what you recall, that you can.
All right, we're gonna drop 2 more arrows on this one that I've already started volleying up. Then
Sure.
the 19 plus things.
That'll hit.
Ooh, I don't know if this one will. That'll be a 17 still. I rolled a 9,
yeah,
but
17,
I forgot about +8. So.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Man, like, rolling under a 10 is not nearly as scary with these kind of bonuses.
Nope. Until y'all fight something with some like crazy AC, and then it's a little more iffy.
Yeah. But like, usually like on Milo, if I roll a 9, I'm like, fuck. Well, that's an automatic miss, pretty much.
Can roll that damage.
Could be worse. Be 28 total for both arrows.
Jesus Christ, sure. Very nice.
So it's with a 1 and a 3 on 2 of the dice.
Okay. Very nice. Both arrows slamming into it once again, piercing them, slicing through some of the plant matter that makes up this thing's being, as well as kind of burning away at its surroundings as it passes through those runes that appear around it as you fire your arrows. Does that be it for your turn?
Oh yeah, that's all the stuff I got.
All right. That is then gonna bring us to this one's turn, which its prey, the thing that it was approaching, bamfed away, and it now senses you out there, I do believe, but there is closer at hand, using its movement to come boom, boom, boom up to Jakob, and it's gonna make its 2 slam attacks on you. First one, not even close to hitting with an 11.
I'm going to riposte.
Go ahead and make that attack roll.
This is going to be a great weapon master.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Plus, I think it's going to be a 17 if I'm doing the math right. Yeah, 17.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 13, 28.
Okay, very nice. A lot of 28s in the house. My goodness. All right, hacking like as you kind of are able to slap away one of its big old thick tendrily arms, and then immediately counterattack with it. It does still come in with its second attack. That one is gonna be a dirty 20. 14 points of bludgeoning damage as it comes in with this other one just kind of catching you full on on your other side and like this whole upper area. However, that is going to be its turn. Since it didn't hit you with both, it does not get to engulf you. Ending its turn, that brings us to your turn, Jakob.
Oh, well, I'm going to be hitting that with another great weapon master strike.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack.
Using the D4.
Okay.
That's, let's see. Roll 6. I'm going to use a purse.
Okay, that's your last D8, right. I believe, right?
Indeed it is.
Okay.
Don't fail me now. It failed me. So that's going to be a total of 11.
11 does not hit, unfortunately. Even as you come in after it hits you, you're still kind of dazed from it just kind of clocking you like in like this whole section of your body, including your face, and you just swing wide, skittering off of its barky exterior.
Other attack is going to be a regular one.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Thank God I went with regular. Probably still going to miss with a 15.
15 hits just barely. Go ahead and roll damage.
10, 15.
15 points of damage, very nice. All right. Very good, very good. So you turn to face your new your new challenger, Jakob. That brings us back to the top of the turn to Bart. What would you like to do, my friend? You are engulfed, can't breathe, blinded, restrained.
I would like to attempt to escape my confines.
All right, and how are you doing that?
You can make an acrobatics check, you said?
Acrobatics or athletics. It's a grappled condition, so I mean it's exactly the same.
I will go with acrobatics because that is a 2 versus a 0.
That's fair. Go ahead and roll it for me.
15 plus 3 plus 2, so dirty 20.
Okay, with a dirty 20, you are indeed able to escape with the blessings of Sorololi and the like. You are able to get yourself out of there.
I'd like to also use my bonus action to attack it with the spiritual weapon.
Sure. After you escape out of there, kind of pop yourself back on out of here.
Just for fluff, I'd like to I know it would impose disadvantage if I were to do it while blinded, but just for the fluff of having it smack a section of it to the side and making it whole for me to wiggle out of.
Sure. Go ahead and make that attack roll for me.
Oh yeah, it was I had just rolled it in, but I already wrote it. It was 16 plus 8, so.
Okay. 24 hits.
1, so 6 points of force damage.
6 points of force damage. Whacking this thing. This thing appears to be almost falling apart at the seams here. There's tons of big old loose gaps in it and that kind of thing.
Alright. And that's my turn.
Alright, that brings us back to its turn. You are by far the closest thing to it. So it's going to make both of its slam attacks at you again. That's only a 13 on attack number 1. Attack number 2.
Same thing.
Attack number 2, however, is a 22.
Fuck. All right.
However, it doesn't grapple you since it didn't hit with both.
Oh, okay. Great.
That is going to be 12 points of bludgeoning damage with that one hit that it does land. One of them you're able to just kind of deflect aside from the shield, and the other then just kind of catching you full on in the chest as it kind of sneaks past you there. This thing is these things are not geniuses, so it's just kind of going to town. It's a plant. What do you expect? That's gonna end its turn and bring us to Gloob. What you doing, buddy?
Okay. I DC'd momentarily. Let's see if I get back. Yeah, I did. Awesome.
Fantastic.
All right, cool. I am going to run up right here. It's 5, 10, 15. Slice at its ankles.
All right, make that attack for me.
That is another 18.
That'll hit.
Plus 3 plus 9. All right, so that is going to do much better on the damage, actually. 6, 5, 11 plus 7 is 18. Plus 6 is 24. Plus 6. That's 30 points of piercing damage.
My goodness.
Shit.
Decide its fate, Gloob. My goodness.
As I see Bart knock his way out of there and get, nearly pulled in there again, I'll just come by and just one big swing through the whole thing and just have green ichor from the thing just splatter all over splatter all over Bart. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. And then he'll just keep running towards this one.
All right. So you slice this thing, cutting through, spraying out on the other side, and there's just not enough left to hold it together as pieces have been falling off as it's been taking hits, and what's left just kind of collapses onto the floor, the ground of this area.
I just be like, kind of maple syrup and okra. It's weird.
Oh shit, okra in Saltmarsh. Noted.
Halfling okra.
Is it just tiny okra?
They have okra fingers. No.
Ah! All right, is that gonna be it for your turn, Globe?
That is action, movement, bonus action. I'll screw it. I'll move another 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh shit, no. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 25. Right there. That'll be my turn.
You're muted, Ian.
I cannot hear Ian at all.
Oh, son of a bitch. I fucking... God damn it. Julian, you see your buddies knocked out. Out of the thing. Bart looking a little like he got doinked right in the solar plexus, but other than that, looking pretty okay. What would you like to do?
You're going to dash back this way.
Very nice.
A 30-foot move. Uttered curse. Get that guy all hexed up with transferring it with a bonus action.
Very well.
And 47th verse, same as the first. We're gonna shoot.
Do so.
8, 16 total.
Does
for the first
hit,
attack. Yeah. Ooh. It's a 14 hit.
14 does not hit. It misses. You manage to pick, like, as you fire, it just goes right through one of the gaps of some of the vines and stuff and goes shooting past it.
Oh, the humanity.
You only get to roll 1d6 plus 1d8 plus 7.
Yep. However, that is almost maxed. The 6 and a 6 on the dice.
Good gracious. That's
I'll be
19.
19 points of damage.
Alright.
Pathetic.
Very nice. And that second arrow driving home and doing more than enough to make up for the second one missing. Is that going to be it for your turn?
Yeah, once again, that's my move, my attack, and my bonus. So
Alright.
action economy maxed.
Very nice. That brings us its turn. It now has 2 foes within reach of it. Someone call high-low.
Aye.
Alright. It targets Gloob.
I'm sorry, Gloob.
He called high-low.
Okay.
He called high, and then I rolled a 1 on the d6. So, alright, so slam attack number 1. Coming at you, Gloob.
Alright.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, uncanny dodge.
This is a good thing. It's another 16 points of bludgeoning damage, halved down to 8. Attack number 2. It's going to be a 21 to hit.
That will also hit.
Son of a bitch. Ooh. That one is going to be 15 points of bludgeoning damage on attack number 2.
Yeah. Ouch.
And you are once again grappled and then pulled into its chest area as you are blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe. All right. All right. That is going to end its turn because it doesn't really have anywhere that it wants to go. Jakob, what you doing, buddy?
Two attacks. Well, actually, first one's gonna be a regular attack.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
That's 16 plus 8.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
3, 5, 10.
10 points of damage. Very nice.
How is it looking?
It's getting there. You're starting to like bits like there are just more and more gaps that are starting to show in the dense foliage that consists of its body.
Okay, the second one's gonna be a Great Weapon Master attack. Gonna use D4 for that.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
That's 14.
14 does unfortunately miss. What is everything together? Because you have +3 flat when you Great Weapon Master, plus the D4. Plus your
Yeah,
D20.
it's 14.
Okay, unfortunately that does miss this time. As you go to swing at it after it had hit Gloob, it kind of, as it turns, its big old trunk arm smacking the flat of your blade to the side. It buries itself into the dirt next to it. Is there anything else you would like to do for your turn?
I would like to. What is that fucking called? Second wind.
Second one, go right ahead.
For 15 points of.
Oh, nice. Wow. That's almost max healing on that.
Hell
That's
yeah,
good.
dude.
Very nice, very nice. All right, that brings us around to the top of the initiative to Bart. What you doing, buddy?
All right. Well, seeing as how that other one's done and gone, move over here to our good buddy. Gloob stuck inside. Have to get him out.
Gloob is stuck inside. Oh no.
Yep, we're gonna have to get him out with a big old doorknob.
Oh gosh. All right, so you're making an attack.
Yes, sir. That's an 11. I don't think that hits.
An 11 unfortunately does not hit.
Goes wide, skitters
Yeah.
off. Whoa, wait,
Just
hold on. That was a 3, and I think my spell attack is a +8. Hold on, I forgot that
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
emboldened.
+8, yeah. And then you have your D4.
I had a 4. Does a 15 hit?
15 does just barely hit.
Hey. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. All right, very nice. Very nice, very nice.
Still standing.
It is still standing.
All right, I'll get it to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right, the fucking straight roll, baby. Yeet! That is a 16.
All right. I don't think that's my save. Oh no, my save DC is a 16. Okay.
Okay,
well,
so unfortunately,
yep.
the bells slowly toll. But it does not seem to take effect on it.
All right.
Does that be it for your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Glib, that brings us to your turn, buddy. What would you like to do?
I would like to flip out of this thing.
All right, go ahead and roll that acrobatics for me.
I think that succeeds. Yeah. 26.
Jesus, yeah. Like,
Oh my gosh.
it's like you were oiled, and as it was trying to like continue to crush you, you just boop, just pop right on out of there again. Gracious.
I'll kill this thing. That'll be my turn.
All right, Julian. That brings us to your turn, buddy. What would you like to do?
This is gonna be shocking, but I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
A 15.
15 just barely hits.
Oh, thank God. A 14 missed. You had me worried.
Correct. Barely hits. Barely hits with 15.
24.
Holy shit. Oh, wait, was that the hit or was that damage?
That was a hit.
Oh, okay. I was like, holy fuck. Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
$28 points of damage.
All right. It is just barely standing. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn, Julian?
Bonus action to throw a rock at it. I don't know.
Okay. All right, that does bring us to its turn. It now has three eligible bachelors. within its reach. So, rolling the d6, fellas. We got 1, 2 Gloob, 3, 4 Bart, 5, 6 Yakum. That's a Bart.
Hey.
With a number trace on the dice. Alright.
Like, soak them up.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, he's fucking. I've been getting wailed on this whole.
Apparently.
I didn't hear no bell.
That's a 26 to hit.
Yep, that'll do it. I just imagine these things just having like barn doors, just.
What?
It's just impossible for them to fucking miss.
They've managed it a couple times. That's 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
11 points of bludgeoning.
Correct.
All right.
Attack number 2. That is a 10. It does miss with attack number 2.
Hey!
Still reeling from that first hit. You're able to just kind of like drop as that second one just comes missing through the air. Oh man. God damn it. That's going to bring us to Yakum's turn. What would you like to do, buddy?
This might surprise you.
Are you going to hit it?
But I'm going to hit it with my big ass sword. This is going to be.
I
a
encourage
great
you to
disaster
do
for the
so.
first one.
All right, go ahead and roll it. Dude, your character model really does look very upset, doesn't he?
18.
18 hits. Decide its fate. It has 5 hit points. It's not making it.
I'm gonna just do an overhead chop, kind of like slicing through the outer shell,
Mm-hmm.
and then reach my hand in to just get whatever I can, pull out, and just get like the weird squirmy mess, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it.
All right.
Get something vital.
So you just slice open what little, like the core of what was still fairly solid, just open and just reach your hand into a mass of plant matter and rip it out. Like, and for a second you sit there and it feels like it's beating like a heart, and you slam it into the ground and stomp the shit out of it, ending its life. Well done. It is dead. And gentlemen, for the second time since y'all have entered these marshes, the adrenaline from battle
Friendly fire
winds down, that is where we are going to end tonight's session. Because fuck nature. That's basically what y'all are learning in this campaign. Fuck nature. I hate it here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for coming to play. Thank you guys so much for coming to watch. I hope y'all had a good time. I know I did. And join us here again same time next week for more Ghost Saltmarsh. Also join us on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern for our Across Eberron campaign, which is DM'd by this. Oh god, we're in the battle map, so now this is really weird for me. He's like down this way from me ish. This way, Mr. Gloob himself, aka Jonesy. So come see that. We're actually in a very similar situation. Funnily enough, it's bad. There's a spider horse.
Terrible swamps.
I just fucking anywhere that is wet and has mud, it's bad. It's a bad scene. Don't go there. It's just the move.
That's our home.
Exactly. That does nothing but prove my point. Like, it fucking sucks. But anywho, also keep in mind that we are still doing our motherfucking charity run for Extra Life because they help kids. Maybe I might need it. I don't know. Fucking benefit to a charity for me. Right, I'm dying. But it helps sick kids. And you could also win some cool stuff like a digital book or some gaming gear like a mouse or keyboard. So go ahead and check that out in the description below. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and rate our friends over here at Dice Cream Sandwich. They're cool. Yeah, support TTRPG community, and we'll see y'all later.